Baturdays. Baturdays. Omnidog and the Minister of Comics. Talk forever, get right your ergonomics. Taking questions from the chat. With a name like that, you think they talk more about the bat. Baturdays. 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 In the BatCave.
Heyo, and welcome to Baturdays in the BatCave. I'm Omnidog, along with the Minister of Comics. How are you doing, Minister?
What's up? The new posters are looking good behind you. I just
Thank
noticed
you.
those. Are those always? Have you always had those? Are those...
No, I've had them, but I haven't had them up at all. There's Zatanna, a Bruce Timm Zatanna, and unfortunately, the light is blocking out Wanda in the WandaVision. But then there's another WandaVision one up there. I always have trouble. There we go. Yeah, those are both from WandaVision.
Nice.
And I got them framed when I got the Bruce Timm one framed because that Bruce Timm one is just too awesome to be believed. Darkwave Fairy. Where's Tracy? She was lovely. Just finished watching that stream. Two shows with a gorgeous co-host on the same day. We've been blessed.
I look particularly bad today, so thank you. I was trying to get my hair cut on Thursday, but the person who cuts my hair didn't have any more space, so I had to go the next couple. I had to tuck my hair behind my ears. It gets like long on the sides, so I gotta tuck it.
You're looking a little less Chris O'Donnell-ish today,
I guess. Yeah, I gotta get my hair cut next week. I've been slacking.
I had on my cute new best friend, my realtor, today at 1:00.
Oh, cool.
We talked for 3 hours. Excuse me. She's a comic book newbie. And the chat was very engaged with her and with everybody. And so Darkwave is saying, where the heck is she? Just finished watching that stream. She had to go back to her life. She has a life outside of Omnidog, unfortunately. But yeah, she got, Josh is back. He was he's still spying for very fine condition. Josh is here 2 times in a row. Still got Hayden, who I'm not sure sleeps.
Yeah, because where Hayden is, it's like what? Like
6 hours ahead. So
like 2 in the morning?
2 in the morning. Oh, that's not too bad.
He's basically always here.
Yeah. And of course, let's start out with #1 fan, Link Master James Abel. Our buddy Sonny. I agree about not upgrading a collected edition, but I don't agree when it comes to floppies. Neither do we. That title was kind of clickbait. It was more a chance for me to get him to say the catchphrase of the day, which is,
I say thee nay.
I love that. I hope Batman is in the chat because she loves it too. I believe
it's more just about how Jess and we are very much prone to weakness when it comes to upgrading. And I just had to make like a hard, no, across the board, nothing, because it's just, I mean, I know you can sell stuff. For the most part, you're not going to be able to sell to the price that you'd want to cover the item you're buying. So there's just some items I would like to upgrade it, but it's like, there's no point to doing it. I'll be fine. Now, even though Jess broke the rule with the metal omnibus.
I have it right here. Now, I got this at a competing company for half off, almost more than half off, a competing company from Organic Priced Books, where you can get $2 off with my code Omnidog.
The worst promo ever.
What's that?
The worst promo ever.
Yeah.
My company, which I didn't buy this book at.
5% off shipping 3 or more books. Omnidog ship it together. I did upgrade because I have a rationale, but Taylor's definitely drawn a line in the sand. I knew you drew a hard line in the sand, especially with Sleeper, because
Yeah.
you've always complained about having the same 2 covers of your 2 trades, and I thought for sure Sleeper would be a no-brainer upgrade for you, but you held firm and did not upgrade, correct?
I'm also not a guy who has to have an omnibus,
Right,
because I know I'll read those 2 books more than I want a big omnibus. I'll
right.
reread it more. So I thought about it in those terms too. Why upgrade to something I'll probably read less, even though it will look better on the shelf?
And I think everybody knows you're not a fan of big honking Green Arrow sized omnis.
Right.
Either.
The Sleeper was a good size omnibus. If I didn't have those books, I would have bought it. But I thought to myself, I'll still go to like a thicker complete collection or trade or deluxe edition than I will an omnibus. It's always just that easier choice of what I'm going to go to and what pulls me in that direction. I don't know what it is. It just, for some reason, omnis, I look at them like, I'll get to that eventually. And then I just don't for a long time.
I think you have to stay true to yourself and what makes you the happiest. And that obviously makes you the happiest. Now, you and I both share a love for oversized hardcovers.
Right.
So, okay. When I say the nay to upgrading, I'm already waffling on it because there are 2 books I want to upgrade to, and 2 books that I'm not upgrading.
And by buying the metal omnibus, you guaranteed yourself buying the death metal omnibus that will come out someday. So there's also that.
If Scott Snyder has anything to do with it, it's going to be 7 years from now. Like when he told me back in 2018, there was going to be a metal omnibus at the end of the year. So Black Cat, which I love, and Savage Avengers, I also love. I will be upgrading those.
I'm really excited for March because the Silver Surfer reprint by Dan Slott comes out. I think that's not next week, but the week after that. And then we also get Savage Avengers, which I'm really excited for.
Good. You should. Well, both of those. I told my guest Tracy earlier. She asked if I ever cried at a book, and I said, yeah. At the end of Silver Surfer by Slott and Allred, I did cry. I wasn't sobbing, but tears were coming down my face at a good pace. But it didn't get me like the last episode of Mandalorian when a certain somebody shows up. When I was ugly sobbing for 15 minutes, gasping for breath. I have no idea why it affected me that way, but it did. Okay, fine. But I'm not upgrading the 2 Captain Marvel books.
Oh, for the Kelly Sue DeConnick omnibus?
And the Kelly Thompson omnibus.
Wait,
which
Kelly
I think
Thompson's
is already
getting an
out.
omnibus. Really?
Sorry?
I know she got. Nothing against Kelly Thompson. I think she's great, but Marvel just constantly cancels her books. So I'm surprised she's getting an omnibus.
That's one reason why I do want to upgrade to support her, because it's now into its 8th trade. So they're actually giving her room to run. But also, it's on its 8th trade. And this is where I have my issue. I think the omnibus only covers the first 6 trades. So I would keep reading it. That means I'd keep reading it in trade, or would I stop? See, these are the issues I have. And the Kelly Sue DeConnick books, it took me too long to find number 4. There are 5 of them, I think. They're actually pretty thick. And I'm going to regret doing that. They're pretty thick. Okay, go ahead and clip it. They're pretty thick.
Yeah, the Kelly Thompson omnibus comes out in May, and it looks like it's 736 pages, and it's issues 1 through 26, and Captain Marvel the end, and it's a volume 1.
So 6, 5. So that, I would say that's through the first 5 trades then. I don't know. I could get it, but the Kelly Sue DeConnick one, I feel it took me too long to find the missing 4th trade. I think it was 5 trades. And so I'm sort of hesitant to upgrade. I don't know. Maybe I could sell them. I'm sending Black Cat to Geo because he's interested in it. So
is that the Jed McKay one?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can never remember that writer's name. So I don't really know anything he's done before he all of a sudden he's popped on the scene with Marvel, and I was like, oh, I guess he's a popular writer now.
Yeah. He Black Cat. First of all, F all the Omnibros, because they were all making fun of Black Cat getting an omnibus, and they hadn't even read it. And I'm like, I'm the only one that's read it, and I'm telling you it's great. And they were all like, so F those guys. So that's what I'm going to upgrade to. But peace and love, I am not going to upgrade on the 2 Captain Marvel books.
Jess, you know how I stuck to my guns on the Strange Academy hardcover? I got the year 1 trade-in. It's a thicker complete collection. It's the first 12 issues of Strange Academy.
It's in a trade?
It's like a thick complete collection. The first 12 issues.
I don't have that. Why do you have something I don't have?
Because I didn't upgrade. I never bought the smaller editions.
I did buy both smaller editions.
But I really love this run. I've read a lot of it digitally. And it's really,
it's
really
so
good.
good. Here, let me highlight you. Yeah, it's so good. Great art and great story.
So I am glad I held firm on that unbelievably stupid hardcover.
Oh boy.
I'm not trying to, bash anybody if you bought it, but it's like you're not making our lives any easier by buying that. Because Marvel's be like, oh, these suckers will buy anything.
I was so pleased when DCBS canceled my order because Rick Nelson and I both had pre-ordered it thinking it was 1 through 12 like everybody else on the planet, and then it turned out to be 1 through 6 with 1 through 6 in black and white or something.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad it got canceled. Lars is here twice. He was here at 1 o'clock. Thank you, buddy. Call me Top Gun here again. Here's Heroing 2.0. Good to see you, Heroing. Always good to see you. Super Laugh Hard. Best theme tune ever. Yeah, Tracy was giving away my books to people that complimented her. And I'm like, whoa, what? How's this happen? So, yeah, this is tough. Just skipping the deluxe Many Deaths of Layla Starr. You'll find out when I eventually put out my best of 2022 that Layla Starr was my favorite book last year. But upgrading from a trade to a deluxe, I don't know. I love the art, worship the story, but I feel okay with the trade. I 100% think everybody else should buy the deluxe, especially if you haven't read it. But I don't know. I'm kind of wishy-washy on wanting to upgrade, but I loved everything about it. There's my buddy, our buddy, Doug. Hey, guys, still my favorite opening. Couldn't catch the earlier show due to yard work and the zoo, his 40 dogs in the dog park. But I'm here now. Good to see you. Josh, yes, you do need to get that if you haven't read it, especially the deluxe is awesome. Here's Sazmurph. Good to see you, Sazmurph. Always good to see you. She hasn't texted me. The game started at 6:30, so I imagine she's going crazy right now. Tracy's daughter is quite a basketball player. They had a big game tonight. Her school is going to the state championship, win or lose, but they want to go into the winner's bracket, not the loser's bracket. But her daughter's apparently really good in basketball. As a fellow minister, I can tell that life is taking a toll on Taylor, yet he's still beautiful. Call me Top Gun. Are you a real minister? Because he is a real minister.
I have the credentials.
Always getting the beautiful co-host. Yeah, Taylor had been in school till he was 30, I think, right?
Let's see. 2000. It was right before the pandemic started, so February 2020 was when I graduated for seminary.
Heyo, Joel. Grow out a mullet. Rock minister.
I used to have hair down to here when I was in high school.
Did you?
Yeah.
I had it that long in college. My mother would have never allowed me to do that in high school.
Let me see if I can find a picture while you're
yeah,
going about the chat.
Oh, it's 1 a.m. where Hayden Meister is.
That's not too bad.
2 shows Saturday. I can get used to this. If I end up doing a show with Tracy and with Omnicat on opposing Saturdays, if Tracy actually digs comics, I can see myself doing 2 shows on a Saturday. Yeah, we are both of us very weak when it comes, but Taylor's showing strength where I am not.
Well,
Wait,
one of
the
us
stream-
has to.
The stream just started. How are we on topic already? Marcelo's still here for the second time. Good to see you. Okay, wait. I got to highlight this. Wait, let me get rid of Marcelo. Peace and love. Oh, you were a handsome kid. Look how long your hair is. Wow.
Yeah, it was quite a sight to behold.
I think I have my college ID upstairs somewhere that has me with long hair. I'm not going to go that far behind. I set a record today. I was an hour behind.
Although I am going to try to grow a beard now, Jess.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, we were at a church thing on Wednesday, and a bunch of the guys and I were talking. And I was like, I need to try to grow. Every time I get to the point where I'm on the verge of should I try it, Kate's like, no, shave it off. And I'm like, all the guys are like, come on, let him. And she's like, okay, you can try it this time.
Oh, you got wife approved.
I got wife approved, so I just don't know how thick it's going to be, but I have all the connectors and everything. You know, some guys can't have a connector right here, or it doesn't connect to their hair. So I feel
you're going full.
I'm going to try it. Part of me kind of wants to grow a mustache. It'd be kind of funny, but I probably should. With the kind of job that I have, I probably shouldn't do funny things with my face.
Yeah, don't go for the Hitler mustache. I wouldn't do that.
No. That
also
actually
known as the Charlie Chaplin.
It actually has a different name. If someone in the chat can tell us, there's actually a name. I just saw this.
Oh, for the Charlie Chaplin mustache?
Yeah, because before both those guys had it, there were other people who had it, and so it was called something. So somebody in the chat, let us know what it's called. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Mr. Tex back for a second helping of Omnidog. Way to go, Mr. Tex. Here's a real question. Scotty G, welcome. Thinking of picking up Batman by Dini, Rise and Fall of Batman, and Gotham Central. Recommend?
Get all of them.
We recommend all 3 of them. Sorry, buddy. You need all 3.
If you can still find all of them, I'm not sure. I'm so out of the game, out of the loop on what's out of print now.
I feel like Gotham Central recently got a reprint.
Yeah.
And Rise and Fall of Batman, Batman by Dini. Rise and Fall is older.
I feel like Batman by Dini got like a silent, you know how DC does like a silent reprints?
Yeah.
I think I got one of those.
Let me check Amazon. Batman by Dean.
All right, apparently the Hitler mustache is called the toothbrush mustache. Is what?
The toothbrush mustache. Okay, yeah. The Dini Omnibus is still in print and still for cheap at the Bezos company. What's the other one? The Rise and Fall. I like it better when it was just called Batman.
Yeah, that's the James Tynion Omnibus from Detective.
Yeah.
They just gave it a random name.
And wait. Let me see if I can do this. Rise and Fall of Batman Omnibus. No. Rise and Fall of Batman Omnibus.
This is always fun.
It did it. That's because it's Amazon. Yep, they're both still in print. And while you're at it, get the Batman by Scott Snyder Volume 1 and Volume 2. So you need to pick up 5 books. Do you like Batman or not? Absolute Batman Court of Owls reprint. I think that just got announced.
Interesting. I wish they would do the entire run in Absolute. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be.
I would be tempted. I know I won't upgrade, but I would be tempted with that one because
art.
Those Omnis, those 2 Omnis are too big for me. It wasn't worth it to upgrade. Absolutes would be a tougher thing to resist because I do love that run and the Greg Capullo art in Absolute. I didn't get the Absolute Court of Owls because the rest of the run wasn't in that format. Like, what was the point? For me, at least.
Right.
If you do that, that's fine for you. But for me, it felt like it would be kind of weird to have one Absolute and then a bunch of other formats.
This is a good point because Bar from Israel and Josh take up half the chat in my afternoon chats. They go back and forth, and I have to scroll through while they're talking to each other, and then they loop other people into their conversation, and I'm like, what? So, but Tracy and I were getting into a rhythm and answering people's questions. It was a record for me falling behind. I was not pleased with myself, but I also couldn't do anything about it. Gotham Central is a great read. You are correct, Sasmurf, about the Gotham Police Force with very limited appearances by Batman. You get Brubaker and Rucka, the two best writers in comics. That's right. I said it. I don't look at my edition more because I'm good at waiting for the edition that I want. I have plenty to read as I wait. I know. I should be more patient. I'm trying. I am trying. This co-host is considerably less attractive. Just saying. Matthew double dipping today on House of Omnidog. I'm not Cycle Cleveland. Cycle was on a roll today.
Yeah, where is he?
I think he must be exhausted from all the caps he had wrote on the.
Yeah, was your realtor thrown off by him?
Not at all. Oh no, she loved Cycle. Cycle was on point today. He was actually really
on his
funny.
best behavior.
Yeah, he was.
Is he more behaved with Kristen? Maybe he's more behaved around women than he is men.
Maybe he is. He actually I enjoy Cycle. So he said there was even a time I yelled at him, and I don't remember that.
I'm sure you did. You not remembering anything? Come on, that never happens.
Let's see. Blah 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 blah.
Looks
blah,
like
blah.
you have a super chat.
I see that. It'll take me half an hour to get to it.
I started to highlight it just in case.
Okay. I can go right to it, I think, by clicking it. He's writing Moon Knight. That's Jed McKay. That's how far behind am I? 8:15. I'm only 15 minutes behind. Let me go right to the super chat. Oh, Scotty G. Wait, I thought I could bring it right up. What the heck? Where is it? Up, boom. Scotty G. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks. Just purchased all 3 books. Booyah.
Not only did he buy like $150 worth of books, he gave you $10 on top of it.
Thanks, buddy. And you. I split it with you. Any chance of a Deathstroke by Priest Omnibus reprint? This is the book that Taylor would never buy. Look at how big this thing is.
And obviously, it's the book that Jess will never read.
It's still in the it's in the shrink wrap. Doesn't mean I'm not okay. Yeah, right. You're right.
You've admitted very easily that the big omnis, you're like, I'll read it later. You never get to it.
Yeah, when it comes to reading
I'm not making fun of you. I'm the same way. That's why I don't do it.
If my choice is this or a big Omni, I'm reading this.
That's why I don't upgrade to the Thor, Jason Aaron Omnibus, because I have the hardcovers.
Same.
People will say, oh, well, there's some things that aren't in there. Fine. They'll get the trades of like Thor's.
I did that.
What's the other one? Unworthy Thor. I get by the trades for that. Whatever.
Is King Thor in it?
Yeah, King Thor's in the last one. Where is it?
In volume 5?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it is in volume 5.
King Thor 1 through 4. Yeah. Okay. So you don't need to get that trade. You need to get, what'd you say? Thor's?
Unworthy Thor and Thor's.
And Thor's from Secret Wars.
Yeah, I think that was. See, that's the one thing that's annoying about the hardcovers and the Omnis to some extent. I wish that they would put the events in those hardcovers, like the Venom by Donny Cates. I wish they'd put the King in Black and Absolute Carnage issues in the hardcovers. And the same with the Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky. I wish they would put the Devil's Reign in the next hardcover when it comes out, but they're not going to do that. I just wish they would do that because it kind of makes you. And the same thing with the Omnis. You have to buy the omnibus of the event. They won't put it in the Thor by Jason Aaron Omnibus.
Right.
Which is annoying to me. It's like, come on, just put it in there. It's 6 extra issues. Just do it.
Mike F., nobody knows what DC is up to, although they are still putting out stuff. I'm hoping for a Phantom Stranger omnibus. So there's a chance, as Taylor says, they do stealth reprints of books. So I wouldn't. I mean, is it going for super big money on Amazon and eBay? If so, I would wait, because that's a book that I think people really liked. And I wouldn't be surprised to see it get a stealth reprint. Another book that the Omnibus. Okay, so there's 5 hardcovers of Immortal Hulk. I had to get at least 2 other trades because of what's in the Omnibus. But then even the Omnibus, and I don't have my Marvel trade set up yet, but there's like 2 other Marvel trades that I have to get to fill out the hardcover run. Fine, I don't care about that. But then I think even the Omnibus is missing something that finished out the Immortal Hulk run. Maybe the chat knows what I'm talking about, because I have my Marvel Omnis set up. I have my DC Omnis all set up. I have my Marvel OHCs all set up, and that's where I've hit the wall so far.
I read the Immortal Hulk in hardcover a couple months ago, and I think the issues that are in the Omnibus, or I can't remember, there's that Alpha Flight.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I didn't notice anything missing. It seemed like a complete story to me. And the volume 11 of the trades of that run is called the Apocrypha. So it's kind of like extra added stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like stuff you have to read to enjoy the main story. But if you're a completionist like Omar who wants everything, then I guess you would want that.
And Omnidog.
Yeah, for me, I'm like, I enjoy the main story. It didn't detract from the main story, so I didn't need to have them. But everyone's a little bit different on that.
Okay. Terry says, Jess, are you buying Batman Omnibus Silver Age? Yeah.
Well, that finally came out.
It did.
When did that come out? I don't follow those.
December, maybe?
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see. When is the Immortal Hulk Omni coming? Seems like it was coming out months ago. Soon, I think.
Yeah, I never really kept track of it because I had no plans to buy it because I have the hardcover, so I'm not sure.
Matthew, I heard Empire blows, so much so that every time I want to buy it, a certain host on Very Fine Condition tells me don't. So good for you that you have the Captain Marvel one coming, but peace and love. I've heard bad things about Empire. Just hopefully next time Tracy's on, you can tell her about the best comic ever made, Irredeemable. That's right, Rising Phoenix. Rising Phoenix is now following Tracy on Instagram. She got a bunch of followers.
There's a third, like, thick, complete collection of there's Irredeemable, there's Incorruptible. What's the third one?
Insufferable.
Yeah, that one's coming out, I think, sometime soon.
I thought you didn't care about Deathstroke or Christopher Priest's writing. I got that book free. So that's why I own it. And it's going to be read someday, but I did get it free. So that's kind of how.
Someday, but that is not today.
I say the nay today. Jess, since you're the premier DC collected edition source on YouTube, when are we getting a DC reprint poll? I actually feel like maybe Riley used to do that.
I think Omar does it now too.
Oh, does Omar do it now
too?
I
Omar just finds good ideas and is like, "Hey, I'll do this too."
I would love to do a DC collected edition reprint poll, but I think Taylor's right. I feel like, but I'll ask Omar, because if he doesn't, Riley's doing nothing but reading manga now. I don't think Riley puts up a poll. So I will ask them both delicately if it's okay if I do it. And Razor, you can be rude about it and just go right into Very Fine Conditions chat on Saturdays and say, let Omnidog do the DC reprint poll, you rat bastard, you. And use those words.
I view the person in the DC collected editions department like George Costanza with the Penske file in his office. Falling at 5 p.m. All right, time to go. Like, without actually doing anything all day.
Right. I just read all 3. I think you mean books of Lazarus by Rucka.
You probably meant hardcovers.
Oh, hardcovers.
There's 3
You read all
hardcovers.
3 hardcovers. I can't wait for volume 4. I'm pretty sure Taylor can't wait either. We love Lazarus.
Well, here's the thing. He just announced another book with Eric Troutman, who's like a friend of his writing, and I think it's who's the artist who did Nailbiter? Mike Henderson. They're just announced a new Image book called The Force, I think it's called. It's kind of like a cyberpunk type of book, which I'll read.
Oh yeah.
I want him to finish the other books he started. It's like
Black Magic.
I'm never one of those guys who wants to like heckle people and like, get on their case. Why aren't you writing it? But it's like, I would like if you just finish the things you start. I know that life gets in the way and other people have things to do, but it's like Nicola Scott and you finish Black Magic. You just finish Lazarus, finish Stumptown. Like I just want to see. He hasn't really had a big series wrap up.
I think that Nicola Scott.
She's doing Titans with Tom Taylor.
Yeah.
So that means Black Magic will not be finished for a long time.
Son of a.
Because he doesn't really have many finished like independent series, but all of his independent series are amazing. I just want to have good conclusions to them.
Yeah. Did I already say Tracy was so much fun? I'll say it again from Remsco. About the Paul Dini Omnibus on the competition late last year. Sneaky restock. Okay. Oh yeah. Whatever happened to the Turtle guy, Jess, who would create that out of print list? I haven't seen. Yeah, I used to get my out of print information from him, but I feel like he hasn't put out anything since the pandemic. I would always give him credit, and those were always fun videos to do, but I haven't seen anything from him. Very Fine Condition might have put him out of business because so many things are getting reprinted. But yeah, I don't know what happened to the Turtle. I forget a Turtle. I think it was Turtle Dog, wasn't it?
It's hard to keep up with all the Marvel books that are coming out. It's also hard to keep up with all the Marvel books I don't care about that are coming out.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like Omar will put up a new video. I'm like, oh, cool. And it's like, oh, I don't care about this. Good for you all, I guess.
Oh, it's called a Beard of Wisdom. Okay, wait. Now I'm going. I started at the bottom. Okay, Remsco. I started at the bottom. Now I'm working my way back up. Happy Saturday to Mike Ag 81. Taylor with the Bob Seger look. Oh, that was your long hair.
I do like Bob Seger.
You do have to go to school to be a minister. Yeah. Oh, Top Gun. Top Gun. Sorry, that was a total slip. Sorry, Top Gun. You actually are a minister. We are blessed to have 2 ministers in our presence.
You don't have to go to school to be a minister, but it depends on what kind of minister you want to be.
Well, I mean, you could get your certificate of marrying somebody off the internet.
Well, I meant
think that counts.
Yeah, some people don't go to Bible college or seminary, but they're still ministers because their congregation views. I don't want to get into the whole thing, but you can be an uneducated minister.
Like a guy from. Okay, never mind. Gift the trade to a loved one. Get the deluxe.
I have done that, but I have used that as a loophole. Like, oh, I want to help my friend out and give him this book, and it's like I did that to make myself buy this and justify the upgrade.
Do you have Layla Starr?
I don't know.
You're one of my loved ones. I could give you the trade.
I thought you were going to try to encourage me to buy the deluxe, but you just
give it to you.
You're trying to use me as a justification on the episode where we're saying we're not going to upgrade.
You're the one with the willpower here all of a sudden. I don't have it.
I'm like Hal Jordan over here. Or as Sam calls him, Hal Gordon. Sam, Sam has some good ones memorized. He knows Oswald Cobblepot. He even knows he knows Oswald Cobblepot. He knows Grifter's name because I have a Grifter figure. And so I had to tell him Grifter's name. And so he knows that.
That Grifter figure, I forgot about it.
It's so cool. Dude, it's $10 on Amazon.
Oh, is it?
You should buy it, yeah. But you know why you should buy it though, Jess? Because with the Authority movie coming out, we're almost guaranteed Authority figures.
That would be amazing.
And I'm not talking about dumb movie figures. I'm talking about comic book accurate movie figures of Midnighter, Apollo, Jenny Sparks.
Jenny Sparks with a cigarette, which won't happen.
Well, you can buy it offline.
I'll find an eBay cigarette to stick in her mouth. You bet. I bet Jess is going to buy something to upgrade by the end of the stream. Well,
we just saw him cave already.
I already said I'm sending Layla Star to a loved one, and I may upgrade. You're not wrong. You sold me on that Black Cat Omnibus, and I know nothing about it apart from being great. I assure you it is the best Black Cat that has ever been written, which may not be that great of a statement. So
I was going to say, how many have been written?
I don't know. I found it to be engaging, funny, exciting. I believe I haven't read it in a while, but I think this is the run where it turns out she turns out to... Okay, wait, this might spoil it. Let me think how to phrase this. Something really cool. She has something really cool in common with a couple of members of X-Men. So that's all I'll say. I won't say what she has in common. It could be a brother. It could be another Summers brother. Could be something. It's a really cool thing, and I think it pops up in this run, but again, I haven't read it since this past summer. I remember it being totally engaged by it, and Sonny, I think you would totally dig it.
You should write the backs of trades on hardcovers.
It's kind of wild that Captain Marvel is the longest running Kelly Thompson run since Gem and the Holograms. She deserves to have more long running stuff. Peace and love. You are 100% correct.
Kate just texted me something that's really funny.
Who did?
Kate did.
Oh,
guess who Sam's favorite Batman villain is?
His favorite Bane?
No, he loves Man-Bat.
Oh man, so do you have that figure?
We got him one that I grew up with off of eBay from the animated series because he loves the animated series Man-Bat.
Uh-huh.
And we gave it to him today because he's been doing really well potty training, giving him rewards for that.
Nice.
Kate just said he puts the Man-Bat on the chair before bed and says, "Good night, Man-Bat. I'll see you soon."
Oh my God. I'm gonna cry. That kid, love.
He even knows He knows Kirk Langstrom is Man-Bat. He knows his name.
Wow.
Isn't that pretty impressive?
It's very impressive. I love that kid. He is that reel you put up on Instagram where the kids and dog invade your space. He has such a cute and evil grin, look on his face. He's like, I'm up to something.
Him at Dave and Buster's Day with the Batmobile game.
Let's see.
He was very excited about it.
Oh, you should have taken me to Dave and Buster's. We don't even have one here.
Look how excited he is.
Look at that kid. What a great kid Bat Sam is. Okay, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, they were all talking about your haircut. I went back to the end of the chat. I went to the end of the chat. So let's see. Tracy was so much fun. Let's highlight this again. Thank you, Scotty. Bar bullies you. She does not. You guys just chat the whole entire time. Mr. Tex. True. I left off Tom Taylor, but I'm here to tell you what a great book this is.
Ooh,
Dark Knights of Steel. Not only is it a good book, but it has smoking hot art in it.
Ooh, Jess, what if they start doing statues of those female characters?
Oh, this Harley?
Yeah.
In 2 seconds, I'm dumping down my deposit. She is so great in this. Harley's so funny.
You'll be moving all those books again soon.
Oh, no. I can't. This is my last house. The next home for me is the funeral home.
I meant because your wife would kick you out for buying new statues.
Well, that's possible. The art is great, and you're 100% right, Mr. Tex. Tom Taylor, I think he might be my favorite right now. This book is shreddingly hot. So
I did.
good.
I read that on Hoopla, but I held off hoping that there will be a deluxe someday.
Oh, there'll be deluxe. I mean, I already bought the standard
I
hardcover.
think it's just gonna be two. It's just 2 books, right? 12 issues, I think it is.
I think so, yeah.
So they'll definitely do a deluxe someday of that because Tom Taylor is like the golden child over at DC right now.
And same with Human Target by Tom King. You know that's getting a
Right.
deluxe because I'm going to buy the 2 standards. I say the nay to upgrading to deluxes.
Also,
I already have these.
I didn't get Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and that's definitely getting a deluxe now that the movie's coming out. There's no way it's not.
That's probably getting an absolute, and I will upgrade
You're probably
that.
right.
Yeah, if that gets an absolute, I will definitely upgrade that.
Cycle's here.
He is?
He just showed up at 8:44.
Okay, I'll get to you just a sec, Cycle.
He was hibernating in between shows.
What do you think of New Teen Titans by Wolfman and Perez from the 80s? If you've read it, I feel it still holds up. Personally, also, Jess, have you read the original Titans from the Silver Age? Notice no cellophane on this. Yes, I read it. And I have not read New Teen Titans. Did you read Titans by Wolfman and Perez? It's supposed to be awesome, but I just never got around to it. Was like 5 Omnis, and I'm like, I'm not going to read that.
I never did either.
I'm glad you dig it, Heroing 2.0, but I just don't. I don't know. I just don't see myself diving into 5 Omnis like that. I'm glad you still dig it. That's good though. Okay, wait. The chat is having a chat with itself. Doop-de-doo. Yeah, Judge Anderson is great. I will just say that. They're talking about Judge Jen. Oh, we already saw that. Sorry.
No, he's just behind, going backwards.
Now I'm going backwards. War of the Realms is in Jason Aaron Volume Thor Volume 2 with Absolute Carnage and King in Black being in the Omnibus too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know because I don't have them.
I would say the Zdarsky Daredevil Omni will contain Devil's Reign when it comes out. Well, that doesn't help us because we're buying it in OHC. Here's N-Man with the info. Immortal Hulk doesn't include Gamma Flight, Immortal Hulk Apocrypha, as you said, and Immortal Hulk Great Power. MM40, would you say Immortal Hulk Great Power is essential to the Immortal Hulk run?
Yeah, because all I can say is I didn't read any of those, and I feel like I got the whole experience of what the main story was. Because there's sometimes you read a book and you can tell something's missing. You're like, oh, did I miss something somewhere? I feel like that didn't happen with Immortal Hulk.
Right. Okay, that's good. Gamma Flight was added to the Omni. That's what was added. Okay, so now Super Laugh Hard and Josh, you are a problem. Not only are you spying for very fine condition, but you're having all these chats, and I have to blow right by them with people in here. Comic Releases has Immortal Hulk for July 4th. Okay, thank you, James. Empire does blow. Looking forward to getting Green Lantern Corps Omni. Very good. The only reason you'd really need Empire is if you're a Young Avengers fan and want everything related to them. Empire is so bad even over. I didn't say Omar. I said very fine condition. Oh, my boy Stanley, who is the one who told me to start reading this. Stanley, great recommendation. I'm glad you hipped me to it, as we say here in the old folks' home. That won't happen. Just doesn't trust me. I have no idea what you're talking about, but you're right. I don't trust you. Oh boy. Now everybody's having a chat with Josh Great House. Oh, here, this can be, why don't you talk about this while I go get my pain pump thingy, which just went off. You can talk about this because you read it.
Oh, where is it? Oh, it's all the way at the bottom of the stack. No, I don't like you guys enough to do that. But anyway, that's a really great book. It's by Joshua Williamson with art by Leo Max. He did Basket Full of Heads with Joe Hill. I really liked it. It's a Black Label series that's set out of continuity. It's the stereotypical last heist story for the rogues, and people die, people get maimed. It's a really great story. I really enjoyed it. I think my only complaint is that towards the end of the book, especially, I feel like the art looked a little bit rushed, and there was even some fill-in pencil work in some of the last issue. I wish they had given Leo Max like a little more of a runtime to finish that in the best way possible. But still, really fun book. I liked it. I highly recommend it if you're a fan of crime noir, last heist stories. If you're a fan of the Rogues, I really enjoyed it.
Mr. Tex agrees. He enjoyed Natural Bridge. Shouldn't you be building my legend? You're supposed to be helping my legend here. Still need volume 5 of Castle in the Stars. You are darn right, collector. I think there's 5 and 6 out in France. Do we have I saw in the beginning one of our European viewers one of our European viewers tell me if volumes 5 and 6 of Castle in the Stars has come out. Larry, my co-host for tomorrow's book club at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Central Time. I loved Kevin Smith's Spider-Man Black Cat, The Evil That Men Do. Have you read that, Jess? Is the Black Cat Omni as good as that? I apologize, Larry. I haven't read that. I can try and read it. There's no way I can read it before the show tomorrow.
Did Kevin Smith actually finish that, though? I feel like he had a string back in early days of Marvel. Not early days, but his early days at Marvel, where he didn't finish a lot. Like, he had that Bullseye story that had one issue or something like that. He never came back to it. I wonder if he actually finished that. I'm not sure.
Well, I would guess that he finished it because Larry loved it.
Yeah, I just thought back then I thought he did Daredevil and then never finished anything else at Marvel. That's what it felt like, but I could be maybe he did finish that. I'm curious.
Since you asked me that sounds like a good book for me to read and then tell you if the Black Cat Omni is as good as that. So I accept that challenge. Here's who I was thinking of. Lars, can you tell us if Castle in the Stars is here are his favorite creators? Oh, wait. One of my favorite creators, Howard Chaykin, Shadow, American Flag, Blackhawk, Iron Wolf, Great Mouse, name a few titles. Lars is Castle in the Stars. What volume are you up to in Europe? Because I'm sure you must be a Castle in the Stars fan.
And Larry said that Kevin Smith actually did finish the Black Cat series. That's pretty rare for him back then. Even at DC with the widening gyre or whatever. I don't think he ever came back to that. Not that anybody was.
Thank goodness.
I don't think anybody was hounding him to come back to Batman after that, though.
No, let me just say to the minister, thank God for that. So maybe it's just me, but I was unimpressed by the pics for the new Nightwing and Donna Troy figures. Oh, I thought Donna Troy looked kind of good. I just feel their face sculpts are a little rough. The Raven figure looks great, though. I agree with Nightwing, but I thought Donna Troy looked okay and like okay enough for me to almost get.
Yeah, I'm fine with the Nightwing I have. That was the 2-pack with Jason Todd.
Yeah,
I really like that figure a lot. I know people are like, oh, well, it's not the red. I mean, it's not the blue, but whatever. I'm fine with the red Nightwing.
Oh, here's Cycle. You guys started the show without me? Well, you're here, and that's what counts, Cycle.
We somehow made it.
You made it. That's
here.
What's good. I love Dave & Buster's and getting those Marvel and DC cards off of the arcade game.
I have a picture of that. You can win cards.
Okay, wait. I don't know this.
Sam was looking at the side of the game and listing off all the characters.
Oh, that's so cool. And do they print out cards?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And so Sam has a Batman hoodie with a Batman cape on it. And when you put the hood up, it has ears on it.
I want that.
Oh, he has a way better wardrobe than I do.
He always has. We've said that for almost his whole life. Not only am I going to see cocaine. Oh, you can't say that on the air. I'll get demonetized.
Really?
Yeah, you will.
Not this far in, I bet.
Very Fine Condition warned us not to say it.
I do want to see that movie. It does look pretty fun.
My daughter wants to see the Devil's Dandruff Bear with me. We missed you, Cycle. Yup. We always miscycle. That's not wrong. Another almost forgotten DC miniseries is Cinder and Ash by Jerry Conway and Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. I haven't read Cinder and Ash. I'll tell you what I was bummed about. If Nman40's in the chat, I went to, because a lot of people, I think maybe the last show we did, they recommended the Kents trade paperback.
Yeah, I remember that. I never heard of it until they mentioned it.
Yeah, it's an Elseworlds thing where Clark lands in the Wild West. So I went to it sounded really good. And Nman40 was saying how good it was. And I went to the DC app, and it's a 12-issue series. They only have issues 1 through 8. Now, I do not search well. I'm the first to admit I'm a bad searcher, but my search turned up volumes 1 and 2, which contained the first 8 issues. So where's volume 3? What's that about? Why don't they have all of them? If you're going to have 8 issues, why not have the 12 issues? It was printed in the year 2000. It's not like you're costing yourself money.
And it's not like in print anymore, right?
No, it's way out of print, but I don't think it's that. 3 Omnis of Titans with Perez art.
Jess, I do have a question for you that sparked the question I wanted to ask you about. He said about the Kents is set in the Wild West, you said, right?
Yeah.
All right.
From what I could gather, yeah.
I'm curious, what are your favorite Westerns? Because I just watched a Western yesterday that got bumped up into my top 3. A classic Western I'd never seen, to my shame.
Please tell me it was High Noon.
It was not High Noon.
I don't care for you anymore. No. How about Shane? Was it Shane?
It was not Shane.
Have you seen both those movies?
I've seen parts of each. Shane played a big part in the Logan movie. I saw those parts.
What the heck's going on here? Okay. So was it Stagecoach?
No.
Was it My Darling Clementine?
It's from the 60s.
Oh, okay. From the 60s. The Wild Bunch.
Yes. I've never seen
Sam
it.
Peckinpah.
I love that movie so much. It was
so
awesome.
bloody.
Oh my gosh. I just love how it's a bunch of old, unattractive men. That was the best part. Ernest Borgnine was my favorite of the whole movie. As Dutch, fantastic. I just thought the whole movie, they're such like jerks, but you like them. Like they're horrible people. Like the guy they're going to save at the end killed a woman because she was with the general and not him. It's like, why do we like, but it's like a perfect example of how you can make horrible people likable characters.
Right. That's a great movie, and I haven't seen it in so long. I'm due for a rewatch.
I think one of the best sequences is something that would be called "quote unquote" boring. Whenever Pike goes up to the guys and says, "Let's go," and all 4 of them just walk up for like 5 minutes. They're walking up to kill the general. Like in any movie, that'd just be like a axe. That's not in the movie. That's the best part of the movie. That was fantastic.
I remember it.
That's in my top 3 now for Westerns.
What are the other 2? If they're not Shane and High Noon, which they should be.
One of them is definitely Unforgiven. I love Unforgiven.
Okay.
And it might be Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, because I do love that movie.
I love that movie too, but I love Shane and High Noon more. High Noon's one of my all-time favorite movies.
I think I'm just someone who's more drawn to the 60s and 70s for cinema, because I love that. I love the revisionist history takes. And same with Unforgiven. That's like the ultimate revisionist history for the Western, what it actually is like.
He specifically wanted to show how brutal it really was.
That last scene where they're in the bar and it's raining out and he's like reveals who he really is. Like, I've killed everything that walks this earth. Like, that whole scene is just the best Clint Eastwood acting of his career.
I don't disagree with that.
So I think those 3 might be my favorites.
Oh yeah, Nman40 is here because he's the one that just told us about Immortal Hulk. No, great power is not essential, but there are a few things that happen there that make you feel like you are clued in during the main run. Okay. I love Edge of Tomorrow. I loved it so much I even bought it, and I don't buy any movies, but I loved Edge of Tomorrow.
That is a good movie.
Devil's Reign had too many tie-ins and will likely get a separate Omni in my humble opinion. I think you're probably right. Fun Snow Powder Bear Funko Pop just came out. I saw that, and I actually want to get it for my daughter for her birthday. I don't think it comes out till June or July.
Ooh, people are talking about Westerns a lot in the chat, Jess. Here's a question for you. What do you think is better, the original True Grit movie or the Jeff Bridges True Grit movie?
Oh, the one with John Wayne and Kim Darby.
I'm just gonna say, I think as legendary as John Wayne is,
and he won an Oscar for that.
He's not a great actor. That's the thing, though. He's not a great actor. He's great at being him. Jeff Bridges can do, his range is so much more
How many
varied.
times do you think you can stab me in this show? I mean, you're not even stabbing me in the back. You're stabbing me in the front.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not saying he's a bad entertainer. I'm saying as an actor, his range is limited, whereas I think Jeff Bridges is more varied.
I agree, and 100% with you, and I like the newer one better.
Yeah, I agree.
And now, wait, who played the girl? Was that
Haley Steinfeld, who was in
Haley Steinfeld? Right. Okay.
Who was in the Hawkeye TV show.
Right. Okay. Oh, here's Crash Lane. How's it going, Crash, buddy? Let's see. Ryan says, according to Penguin, they seem to be reprinting stuff in conjunction with the upcoming DC movie slate. Stuff like Booster 52 Pickup, Batman and Son by Morrison, Wonder Woman by Jimenez. So you're saying there's a chance for Deathstroke. Jesse Say What up? Kevin Smith did finish Black Cat. Speaking of upgrades, Mike Ag 81, my girlfriend will be leaving Florida and moving up here to PA in a couple months. I thought you were going to say your girlfriend was an upgrade over your previous girlfriends. She's obviously seen my collection, but has never been here when the monthly DCBS haul is dropped off. I think she might have an opinion on it. Any advice? Well,
ooh, Jeff has a lot of advice.
I have a lot of advice. First of all, the minister is 100% honest, whereas I am 100% deceitful. Okay, she's watching television upstairs, but
Tyler's even more honest than I am, because here's the thing. I'll never lie to my wife. I'll never try to hide something from her. But if a box comes in and she doesn't happen to be here, I'm not going to tell her that it came. But remember, whenever Tyler got that huge box, he kept telling us for months and months, what am I going to do? And he told her. It's like, first of all, why'd you waste our time without asking what you should do?
Yeah. He not only got a box as tall as he was, but he got 2 other boxes from BBTS that same day.
He has sold a ton though. Now.
Yeah.
Back then, not so much. That was whenever he was buying everything that came out.
And he was a bad influence on me. I can tell you that. I got a lot of action figures I got to sell.
If there's like a chart of who made Jess buy more, it's like Tyler all the way up to the ceiling, and I'm like down here.
You did spur me on nicely when I was in Pittsburgh, though. You would just pull a book out and say, "Hey, have you read this?" I'm like, "No."
If I hadn't have been there, you would have gotten there.
I don't know if I would have seen some of those books.
Yeah, but you would have found something else.
Okay.
All you gotta do is let you loose in a store, and it's like he'll find something.
That's true. Any advice? Okay, she's your girlfriend, so you're not actually married yet. That changes the dynamic and changes the equation, and every married guy in the chat will tell you that. But it's also not good to set a precedent and lie. And I'm saying that as a seasoned liar. I'm a really good liar. I'm an Olympic level liar. But I've also paid the price for it a lot of times. So my advice is that you should probably prepare her somehow that this is your passion and this is your hobby. She comes first, but this is your passion. And you hope it doesn't impact their relationship, because if it does, she's out the door, comic books stay. Simple. There, I solved your problem for you. There are 6 volumes. Yeah, so we need volumes 5 and 6 from, thank you, Remsco. We need volume 6 and 5 still. This is a modern day tragedy. That pandemic goofed up the whole thing. If I recall correctly, Kevin Smith rarely managed to get his comics out on time. Now that the house sold, are you headed to BBTS? No, but I will tell you, and this is above board, honestly, I get to get a new turntable and new speakers. The speakers are preamplified, so I don't need an amp because I sold the others in the estate sale. My old turntable and my old sound system, I sold in the estate sale with the agreement that I could get a new turntable and new speakers that would fit kind of a smaller space. Jake Spencer, who I think is not in the chat tonight, he was in the 1 p.m. show. He's helping me. He works in an audiophile store or an audio equipment store. He's helping me pick them out. Patty gets a 3-day spa weekend with her best girlfriend. And that's how we're spending just that little teeny splurge and maybe a few figures from BBTS. I don't know. Speaking of upgrades, I did just order, the gallery edition of Kree Skrull War, despite having the Avengers Omni with those issues. Marvel Gallery editions are so nice, I couldn't resist. I don't blame you. If it's a story you love and you want it in huge format, God bless you, right? As the person who blesses people, God bless you.
I usually say that when people sneeze, but yeah, sure. Here's one thing. Here, Jess, speaking of that, do you ever get annoyed when you're with somebody, let's say it's your wife or your daughter or something, and you sneeze and they say nothing?
Oh,
I'm always like, really? We're like right here.
Who doesn't? Well, my wife and daughter will always say it. They even say it to the dog.
When you're around somebody like a friend or something and they don't say it, you're like, really? Like my opinion of you just went. It doesn't even have to be God bless you. It could be Gesundheit. Even that.
Oh wait, maybe we're talking about a different book. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. God bless you. Yeah.
All right. It doesn't have to be. It can be bless you. It can be Gesundheit. It could be one of those 3.
It's just a courtesy.
Right. It doesn't matter what you say. Well, it kind of does matter what you say. You can't say something mean when I sneeze, but of those 3,
of those 3, die.
Yeah.
Now Lars says, no, the Kents are the history of the family Kent. Okay, now I'm confused. N-Man 40, I think you're the one that told me about the Kents. So there is a Kents that tells the story of I saw it of in the Old West, but what's this book? Okay, thank you, Cycle, and you're not even from Europe. Thank you, buddy. Volume 5 is called Mars to Paris. Volume 6 is the Interplanetary Exhibition of 1875. Ooh, Outlaw Josie Wales. How about Pale Rider? Have you seen Pale Rider?
I've seen Outlaw Josie Wales, but not Pale Rider.
Okay.
Clint Eastwood has so many Western movies, it's hard to keep track of them.
I think Pale Rider, I really, really liked Pale Rider a lot. I liked it, Peace and Love, more than Outlaw Josie Wales. Tombstone, Once Upon a Time in the West, Dollar Trilogy. I loved Tombstone. Once Upon a Time in the West, yeah, that's amazing. And the Dollar Trilogy, I think I saw when I was 12, so I don't remember them anymore. Okay, now everybody's talking about Westerns, so I'm getting caught
up. Those are great soundtracks to have, Jess.
Oh, Good, Bad, and the Ugly?
Great scores to have.
Once Upon a Time in the West, yeah. Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Rising Phoenix agrees with me on Shane and Pale Rider. Yes. Okay, Josh is talking to more people in there. JT White Wolf, I've got lawns to mow, so I'll catch the replay later. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thanks, JT. Okay, well, now I'm confused. The Kents was 12 issues. All issues are in the trade paperback. Are we talking about the Kents when Clark lands in old-time, the Old West? Because that's what I saw on the DC app, and that's what I saw on Amazon for the Kents. Am I thinking of something? What am I doing wrong here?
Ooh, Jess, you know, it's not a movie, but one of the best Western TV show / movies is Lonesome Dove.
Oh my gosh.
The end of that, man, like if you don't tear up, like you don't have a soul.
Oh, Patty and I were ugly sobbing at the end of that because I also read the book right before that. And she and I watched it all together, and those were historic performances by everybody.
Yeah, Robert Duvall by far was the best part of the whole experience.
When he says Lori Darling to I can't think of her name, that played the hooker in the saloon. Her name's Lori, but I can't think of the actress's name. When he says, as he's dying, Lori Darling, Patty and I utterly lost it. Unforgiven is a favorite of Cycles. Good. Heroing, have you both seen the trailer for the Love and Death series coming to HBO Max starring Elizabeth Olsen? I think it looks like a good crime miniseries. I saw it. If I have a chance, if you have a chance, it's about Elizabeth Olsen wanting to have an affair with some guy. And this guy has the worst haircut I have ever seen. I cannot imagine Elizabeth Olsen. It already broke it for me. I don't know if I can watch it. This guy has some kind of comb down, under, up flomp of blonde hair that looks ridiculous.
Jess, haven't you ever seen a really attractive woman with an ugly guy? It happens all the time.
That's true. Raquel Welch was married to an ugly guy.
Well, she does walk without her arms swinging back and forth. So.
That's right.
And if you're able to catch that, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah. I forget who she levels in the street.
Elaine.
Elaine.
She's replicating Molly Shannon.
Right.
Because he's in her office who walks without moving her arms.
And Raquel.
All right, let's go.
Raquel thought she was mocking her.
She breaks Kramer's Tony. You're fired because you don't move your arms when you dance. Bye.
And that was the one where Jerry was telling Elaine why guys like a cat fight. Is that the same one?
Cat fight. Yeah. I love Mr. Peterman. Oh, it looks like we have a good old-fashioned cat fight.
Oh, no, don't bring this up. N-Man and I are all cool now. Don't bring this up. It's all cool between me and N-Man. Tombstone and the Quick and the Dead for me.
Tombstone is a great movie.
I love Tombstone. I even like Cactus Jack with Kirk Douglas and Arnold. I don't think I ever saw that. Oh, controversy here. He thinks Magnificent Seven is better than Seven Samurai. The only thing, okay, peace and love. Robert Vaughn's acting in Magnificent Seven is awful. I don't know how that guy got to be such a popular actor. Man from U.N.C.L.E. Okay, fine, but
was he in Bullet with Steve McQueen?
I can't remember. I remember he was terrible in Magnificent Seven. I mean, he was so wooden, and that's got so many great actors in it. So, okay.
I know this is also controversial to say, when you watch a lot of those older movies, the acting is pretty bad. Like,
it can be, yeah.
Across the board, comparatively.
Yeah.
It's that the acting is really rough in a lot of places, especially like the side characters.
Yeah. Okay, True Grit. I work in a library, and there was a lender who came and borrowed Shane every week for a year and a half. My hero.
You must have loved the end of Logan then. That has a lot to do with Shane.
I've seen the Breakfast of Champions. How you doing? I've seen the remake of Magnificent Seven. It was decent. Would you all recommend the original or Seven Samurai? I did not see the remake because it was supposed to be awful.
It's fine. I mean, if it was like a movie that came out when it wasn't called The Magnificent Seven, it probably would have done better. It was fine. Was it fantastic? No.
Seven Samurai was remarkable but you got to make sure you put things in context, because Seven Samurai was groundbreaking in its time for that director. And I think Magnificent Seven was really cool for its time. So I would recommend you see both. I know that's kind of wishy-washy. Sorry, breakfast, but I would recommend seeing the original one and just sort of grimace at Robert Vaughn.
Another great remake of a Western is 310 to Yuma. Did you ever see that with
I didn't.
Russell Crowe and Christian Bale? That's a really good remake.
I heard that was really good. Everyone should say their current girlfriend, wife is an upgrade from previous relationships. I haven't seen a single Western unless you count Firefly Serenity. That's kind of a space Western.
A really great Western. I don't know if you watched this, Jess, is Godless on Netflix. Did you ever watch that?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's by Scott Frank, who wrote and directed Queen's Gambit. He did a miniseries years ago. It's centered around women in the Wild West.
Okay, wait a sec.
It came out like 4 or 5 years ago. It was fantastic. I love Scott Frank. He's one of my favorite screenwriters.
Okay, I said I wasn't taking any more suggestions.
Ooh, and Jess, another reason why you should watch it, the main girl from Downton Abbey is the main star in it.
Lady Mary?
I don't know their names. I'm just going to have to take you at your word on that one.
The really, really pretty dark-haired one?
Yeah, that one.
That's right. You don't know Downton Abbey at all.
I only know for years it woke me up every Saturday morning when Kate was watching it.
I love that. Okay, Godless.
Yeah, that's a great. Jeff Daniels is the bad guy in it.
Oh,
it's really
okay.
Good.
How about people mentioning Galactus? Oh, I hadn't thought about that. It went right over her head, apparently. Actually, you know what? She's seen it in the closet and just ignored it. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. I've been promising Max from the Netherlands forever that I've been going to unbox that thing. So maybe I can do it this Tuesday afternoon if I'm feeling okay. And man, we buried that hatchet long ago. Yeah. Way long ago. We're buds now.
He changed your life, didn't he? With your recommendation.
Oh yeah, and man told me to double stack my Kalax and totally changed my life. My wife would rather me just get the thing I want than hear me whine about it. I can admit this. That's also a strategy.
That's not bad.
People are talking about Pittsburgh a lot. She's not. She's watching television upstairs.
There's no way she's watching this deep in.
No. Hey, Bob92. Bob, did you used to be Bob Bavarian Reverend or Bavarian Pastry? Or because that looks like the same avatar, although anything of Baby Yoda could be.
Baby Yoda this Friday, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Or is it Wednesday? Oh, it's Wednesday, I think. Yeah.
Not good at lying. Same here. I'm a bad liar.
It's a good
get into comics.
It's much easier to be a bad liar. Your life will be better if you're a bad liar.
New Dimension Comics and Cranberry. What the heck are we talking about now?
That's where we were, Jess.
Oh, we were?
That was the
it's Mr. Awesome from Pittsburgh. Yeah.
That was the last place we went on Sunday before you went back. That's where we got the Pittsburgh dust on the figure, on the statue.
On the Harley figure.
Right. That's where the Pittsburgh dust was the most rampant.
Wow. That Pittsburgh dust it heavily coats everything in the store practically.
We never got past the Dust Bowl.
I'm not upgrading no, I am not either, and neither is Taylor.
No, I'm good.
Oh, yeah, you might be right about this, James. That Electra Daredevil figure diorama. I haven't seen that. I saw the new Marvel Gallery Invisible Woman. She looks really good. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. People talking to themselves in the chat. Blah, blah, blah. Sergeant Savage says a business in Austin retrofits mid-century console stereos with modern speakers and turntables. They also make their own. I want one as a present to myself one of these days. That's cool. Oh, yeah. This is right. Okay, talking about bless you, blah, 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 blah. I can see that. Pale Rider is excellent. Oh, as is High Plains Drifter. That's right. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Kents. That's the one I was looking for. That one is the Kents by Ostrander. Okay, good. Thank you, M40. That's the one I'm looking for. I think I'm gonna have to get it on eBay or Amazon or something because it's way out of print. But I don't think it's very expensive. But I am looking for it now. That's the one. Yeah, Ostrander. Kents would be a good live action show, capitalized off of Yellowstone and that Walker spinoff. Now I want a good Western comic to read. You could read Bouncer from Humanoids. You could read any Jonah Hex book. You could read
East of West is kind of a
I consider
sci-fi Western.
Sci-fi Western, yeah.
Pulp by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips.
Which one? Oh, Pulp? I was going to say Pale Rider. Pulp Rider. Let's see. What's another good Western? Let's see. I don't have them in front of me like I used to. Hellblazer. I don't think that's a Western. Dead Rider. That's a great Western because it's also a cult. Sixth Gun. Yeah, a cult Western. That's a great one too. Oh, that was Diane Lane as the hooker? Wow. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I forgot about that. I love the Lonesome Dove book. Great call. Josh talking to the people on the air instead of in the chat. Thank you. I hear Supergirl is just a remake of True Grit.
It is. I mean, if you have seen True Grit, read the book, it's very obviously an homage to True Grit.
Yeah, she helps out a young girl get revenge.
Right.
And the ending can be read however you want. He did it that way on purpose. I'll just say that.
Yeah, because the one ending, if that was the ending, it'd make me mad. But the ending I decided to go with is the one that makes me happy.
Right. And that's how he wrote it. Bone Tomahawk is a really good recent Western that took me by surprise in more ways than one.
Yeah, that's a movie. Like 6 years ago, I turned it on. I'm like, oh, Kurt Russell, this is gonna be good. And like, it was like a regular Western. All of a sudden, like halfway through, you're like, I had no idea this is where it was going. It just shocked me. I couldn't believe it.
Did you finish it?
Oh yeah.
Is it worth watching?
It's that I would say it's worth watching, but it's very all of a sudden it gets uber violent, and I could see some people tuning out. But I really liked it.
I love uber violent.
Okay, then you should try it, Jess. All I'm saying is it's kind of like, oh yeah, this is like a and all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, I didn't expect it to go there.
Huh.
So I thought it was really entertaining.
I will highlight anything about Christina Hendricks. Was married to that weird looking dude from Super Troopers. I never saw Super Troopers. I saw Starship Troopers, but I never saw Super Troopers.
Did you ever see the movie Drive?
I haven't. I have the soundtrack to it.
That's an awesome movie.
I know it's on my list that I just added to. Is she in that? Christina Hendricks? What brought that up?
Well, she's in the movie, yeah.
Oh, okay. I second Bone Tomahawk. Flock of Seagulls has the worst haircut, but Larry says for the music, I can forgive the haircut. Yeah, I kind of liked Flock of Seagulls back in the 80s. Bone Tomahawk is great. Oh, Rick Ray double dipping on the Omnidog today. Thank you for rejoining. Despite the slight racial overtones, the director has a couple awesome graphic novels he's drawn himself as well. So is there a comic of Bone Tomahawk also?
No, I think he's written some novels. And I think he's written some graphic novels. I'm not really sure what they are, but he has directed some great movies, in particular Brawl in Cell Block 99 with Vince Vaughn. It's like the best modern day exploitation movie you could see. It's a guy who purposely goes to prison and just like destroys a bunch of people. And it's such a great movie.
Yeah, like, Robert Vaughn was in Bullet.
Don Johnson's in it in a fantastic role. It's just that's a great movie.
Wait, what are we talking about? Still Bone Tomahawk?
The director of that did Brawl in Cell Block 99
Oh.
with Vince Vaughn, and that's a fantastic modern day exploitation movie.
It's awesome, Mr. Awesome. My first to say Kara swearing was out of character. No, okay, wait. That's part of what makes it great. Peace and love. Go to my review. James Abel, please pull up okay, watch. James will get this pulled up before I even finish with my sentence. James, please pull up my review, if you would, please. My review of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. And in it, I will show you that this reviewer is stupid and I am the smart one, because that's what made it so great. But I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't read it. But the reason Tom King wrote her that way is why it's such a great book. Okay, now they're arguing about Seventh Samurai. I'm really excited to see what my next wife is going to be like.
James Abel posted it in the comments, Jess, the link to that video.
Boom. There it is. He is the man.
I have about 5 more minutes, Jess.
Oh, okay.
I promised the wife I'd watch some TV with her before bed.
Okay, well, my wife's watching TV till 10, so I can stay for another half an hour.
So ask me any questions you have for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, here's Mary M for a double dose. Thank you, Mary. And I'm doing I am doing a show tomorrow with Larry tomorrow.
You're really on a roll right now, huh?
I am. It really makes me happy to do these shows. It takes my mind off of my pain and everything. The New 52 All-Star Western is considered very good. I say the nay, it is excellent. And if you can find unfortunately, the trades for New 52 All-Star and the previous one, Jonah Hex, all of them written by Palmiotti and Gray for the most part. One of them has some art by Darwin Cook in it, which is really good. Any of those, they are all self-contained. So Mr. Tex is right. All-Star Western's great. If you can find any of the trades for a decent price, just get them and read them, because Jonah Hex is great in all of them, and they're all self-contained trades.
I have what you're going to be doing after this show, Jess. When Patty's done watching TV, you should go watch the Jonah Hex episode of Batman the Animated Series, which was written by Joe Lansdale.
You're telling me to jump ahead in continuity, even though there's no real continuity?
Nah, yeah, you should. It's a fantastic episode.
All Jonah Hex.
It's called Showdown. It's called Showdown.
Okay. All
great.
Jonah Hex is on the DC app. That's good to know. I kind of think we agree with this, that his 12-issue runs are the strongest thing, like Mr. Miracle, Sheriff of Babylon, Vision.
Yeah.
What am I missing? Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
I really liked Rorschach.
Strange Adventures. I love that.
Yeah, I don't. Well, there's something I could comment on, but I don't want to because you haven't read it yet, so I won't say anything.
I already know you didn't like it just by what you said. I already figured it out.
Oh,
so
sorry.
it doesn't matter. But don't.
I did like Batman Killing Time. I did like that.
Okay, that's good. Let's see. Wait, let me go backwards now. Garth Ennis's awesome mini Ghost Rider Trail of Tears is a great supernatural western that cries out for a gallery edition with that excellent Clayton Crane art. I believe I have that in the small room of stacks of books that haven't been filed yet. Saga, Cursed Earth, yeah. Cursed Earth Uncensored is kind of a Western read. Yeah, it takes place out in the Cursed Earth with a bunch of mutants. We agree on Sixth Gun. Super Laugh Hard trying to take it back to the topic. What is the one book run that you would both love to upgrade if you could. What I think you mean if we each had our choice, not that we both agree on. I think Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow to Absolute is what I would absolutely upgrade to. Because the art by Bilquis Evely is beautiful.
I'm not sure. I feel like I would like having a deceased deluxes.
Ooh.
But I really like the hardcovers, how they look, though. I'm fine with standard size hardcovers the way they are.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else. There might be something over here.
I could take Joker Harley in an absolute.
Ooh, I would love the Wildstorm by Warren Ellis. Those deluxes.
John Davis Hunt.
His art in that is fantastic.
John Davis Hunt is awesome.
I like the Wildstorm reboot even more than the Authority by him and Brian Hitch. I love that series. So underrated for me.
I also love that series. I upgraded my Kate's Venom OHC, but then kept the OHC, even though I have the Omnis. I'm a dummy sometimes. Are you, though? You could sell those Venom OHCs for Dosh on eBay if you wanted. Or I'll trade you. Oh, I was going to say I'll trade you for the Omni, but you already have the Omni. Okay. Oh, Deadwood. I never saw that. Did you see that?
Open Range is a great movie. You ever see that with Robert Duvall and Kevin Costner? Has a great final shootout.
No, I don't think I saw it.
It was directed by Kevin Costner back in the early 2000s. They're I think they're cattle drivers. It was, Western movie plots tend to be very similar. So I thought it was great, though.
That's fair. Godless was fantastic. Jeff Daniels said, "There's never been more villainous. Have y'all seen any Taylor Sheridan films? They feel like modern Westerns." This is where I'm at a disadvantage because I don't know directors as well as Taylor does. Taylor, have I seen any Taylor Sheridan films?
I think you've seen one you didn't like, Hell or High Water.
Yeah, Patty and I didn't.
I love that movie so much.
I know a lot of people like it, and we were just bored by it.
Man, I love that movie.
I know. I don't.
And I love Wind River. I love Sicario, and I like most of what he's done.
Sicario, what's that about?
That's about drug cartels. Has Emily Blunt, Josh Brolin, and Benicio del Toro.
I love drugs and cartels.
That's a great movie. It's directed by Denis Villeneuve, who directed Blade Runner 2049 and Dune and Prisoners.
Wait, so who's Taylor Sheridan?
Taylor Sheridan, he first started as a screenwriter.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was an actor for a while, but he's a screenwriter. He wrote Sicario. He wrote Hell or High Water. Then he wrote and directed Wind River with Jeremy Renner, with Elizabeth Olsen in that movie too.
Oh, now you have my attention.
And then he's really famous for doing the Yellowstone universe on Paramount. The Yellowstone, 1923 with Harrison Ford, 1893, Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. He's doing all those TV shows on Paramount Plus now.
Oh wow, he is wildly talented.
Yeah, he has a ranch and he horse trains and all that stuff. All the horses in his shows are from his own ranch. So he's actually a man's man and not just like me.
Let me just say that I agree with Hayden. Downton Abbey was great, and shockingly so were the movies. We shut up, Taylor. We love the movies. My wife and I love the movies. Peace and love to Hayden. He's 100% right.
Throw a punch, make a joke or something.
Speaking of female westerns, wasn't that Sharon Stone western called The Quick and the Dead? I think that Larry highlighted that, and I've heard it's supposed to be good, but I also haven't seen it.
Kate just texted me, "Don't make fun of Downton Abbey."
What are you doing?
What are you doing watching this? Get out of here.
She's right. Good for you, Kate. Second that. Yep. I think I already said that. If Anya Taylor-Joy isn't in it, I don't need to watch it. I just saw. Oh, you're really gonna hate this. I think it's a Jane Austen movie with Anya Taylor-Joy in it called Emma. We are so watching that, Patty. Wake up, Taylor.
Is it a period piece? It sounds like a period piece.
It is a period piece comedy, and Anya Taylor-Joy is in it. Yes.
Well, I'll have to say I don't mind period pieces, but if it's about like women in like big dresses and men
Yes.
who wear the dumb suits, then I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm out. If it's
Okay, yeah.
like Kate Loves the Crown, you couldn't pay me to watch that show. It's so painful.
I've watched it with Patty before.
Oh, it's so painful. The only thing I've seen on Downton Abbey is that one lady saying, "Of course I'll marry a old booby," and that was enough for me. And I was like, I'm out. And I was like, okay. And now this is reaffirmation why I'm not watching this.
You know, the problem Lars is recommending a lot of European comics, which he usually does, and I appreciate. Blueberry is really hard to find. I have maybe 5 of them, and they are super hard to find in the United States. If they got reprinted, I would consider it a blessing, because Blueberry is really hard to find here. Bone Tomahawk has the most violent scene I've ever. Okay, that goes to the top of the list.
Let me see what's on anything.
Okay,
I maybe need to rewatch that again because I haven't seen that in a long time.
Double Dose of Jest.
Ooh, actually, one of my favorite westerns is Django Unchained. I love that movie.
Oh, I love that movie too.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that's where Now You Have My Attention came from.
I mean, the whole movie is just fantastic. It's entertaining. It's hilarious. Great acting across the board.
This is for you.
I've chose not to upgrade anything at this point. I mean, I could just eat my words. I'm sure there's something where it'll maybe suck me in, but I just don't want to do it anymore. I just can't do it. So I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to be more patient, like we talked about, and waiting for things. Like I didn't buy Dark Knights of Steel. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I read on Hoopla. I loved it, but I know it'll get a deluxe at some point. Probably.
You're probably right.
Especially since it's not like a long-standing series. It's only gonna be 12 issues.
Yeah.
Which is very easy to contain in a deluxe. So I'd rather just wait. Another example, we were just talking about one. Ah, crap. I can't remember. Oh, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. That will definitely, once that movie got announced, I'm so glad I waited. I know that's going to get collected in the hardcover at some point.
What's so weird is, to me, I've never seen this happen before, but when DC made that announcement, all collected editions of like The Authority, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow instantly sold out of everywhere.
That's what they should be doing. It's like, it makes no sense. That's what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Movies should be selling comics. Unfortunately, it doesn't always happen because they don't market it that well.
Well, that's true, but I mean, you see a Marvel something get announced and those don't sell out, but maybe people were so hungry for good DC content and they know James Gunn's in charge. They immediately went out and wiped the market out of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow and The Authority and I don't know about Booster Gold. What are some of the other?
Did a lot of people buy the Grant Morrison Batman stuff?
Oh yeah, Batman and Son.
Yeah, because they announced that the Brave and Bold is based partly on his run. So
I don't know if those Omnis sold out, but
I don't know.
Even I bought a signed Supergirl #1 Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King from Third Eye Comics for $10 because I thought it was so cool to get his signature on it. Human Targets, but Laugh Hard. Thanks.
Well, I'm gonna call it a night, Jess, but you can have fun for the next 20 minutes. All right.
Okay, where can they find you? It's in the description below, but let them know anyway again.
You can find me at Minister of Comics on Instagram, where I post my reviews. I post reels every once in a while that include my children sometimes, or my dog sometimes in there as well. So you check me out here, and I'll be here every other Saturday if I can be here.
Good to see you, buddy.
See you, man. Glad you're feeling better today.
Thank you.
See ya.
And I'm 20 minutes behind, so I'm happy to comment on questions that I did not get to. I have Rio Bravo. Why is it that the best Western comics are by French and Belgian creators, except for Doug Wildey's Rio Bravo and Warren Tuff's Casey Ruggles and Corporal Lance? That sounds Eurocentric to me, which is fine. I don't care. I think that was Tom. Is this a Tom King reference? Tom King's lengthy Batman run has its highs and lows, but it's solid overall, in my opinion. I also feel it's kind of a thing to crap on King's Batman. I loved it overall, and I especially loved books 3 and 4 of the hardcover, well, the deluxe editions. Books 3 and 4 are some of my favorite comics ever. Take that for what it's worth, but I dug the overall arc, and I especially dug books 3 and 4. Heroes in Crisis wasn't great because of editorial. I know people don't dig Tom King because of that, but I think Cycle's right that editorial stuck their hands in it and messed with it, just like I think they did with Brian Azzarello's Batman Damned. That did not look like Brian Azzarello's writing. It looked like editorial stuck its hand in there and messed it all up. So, well, it's just me now, Heroing 2.0, but if you both had to pick 5 of your favorite Brubaker characters, shoot, my Brubaker books are in the other room. Who would you pick? Well, I love Nathan Reckless, but I also love Anna from the same Reckless book. So there's 2. Okay, let me think. I'm trying to see what my Brubaker collection looks like. I've only read Pulp once or twice. Criminal, shoot, what's that guy's main name in Criminal? I love him. He's so I love him in Criminal, whatever his name is. I love the story. My heroes have always been junkies because I love that girl in it. Can't remember her name. So there's 4. I can't remember their names. Sorry, they're not in front of me. Fatale, Fade Out, Criminal. I'm trying to see it in my mind. Then there's the Reckless books. I don't know. I can't come up with any more. Features sort of Western-ish at times. Oh, American Vampire. That's a good Western. Yeah, I know. Sorry. It was just a matter of, we're all different. Peace and love. I know a lot of people loved it. I know we want New 52 Green Red Lanterns upgraded. I would just be happy if it got collected. I had to, I custom bound mine with the trades, but yeah, that would be a great omnibus. Any Emily Blunt movie I'll watch. She's especially good in Edge of Tomorrow. Nope is a great anti-Western. I haven't seen that yet. And no, there's no nudity on Downton. Downton Abbey is one of the greatest shows ever made, particularly seasons 1 through 3. Where were you when I needed you when Taylor was on? Okay, yeah, Emma has Anya Taylor-Joy in it. Oh, it's directed by Sam Raimi. Okay, I'm up for that. I was in love with Lady Sybil on Downton Abbey. I dug Lady Mary, but I also really dug the niece that was played by, she was in Baby Driver. She's really famous now. Blonde, her name was Rose, I think, in Downton Abbey. Oh, I'm always blocking on her name. She was so good in Baby Driver. Who am I thinking of? The niece. Yeah, you can now that he's off. It's a surprise to him, so I'm glad he's off. Taylor should tell his wife that Jill's a new co-host. Yeah, Tracy really put in the hours with me. Stormwatch. Good night, Taylor. Oh, I must be caught up. Man, just got done working. I'll stay on longer for you. Good night, Taylor. Good night, Taylor. First of all, I don't think it sounds like Taylor's not into interviewing anymore, and he was my partner in that. And Mark Waid is really tough to pin down I would love to talk to Mark Waid. I'd love to talk to Greg Rucka again. I'd love to talk to anybody we interviewed, because through all of them were incredibly nice people. And I think Greg Rucka stayed on like an hour and a half with us. Now, it was the pandemic, but he couldn't have been more gracious and nice. So, I mean, it's easier for me to interview with Taylor, and since he's not doing it, I think we've sort of moved on. I never got to interview Jimmy Palmiotti, and I really did want to interview him. I eagerly awaited every issue of Tom King's Batman. Good, Psycho Cleveland. Uh-oh. I haven't enjoyed Batman since King left the book. The current Zdarsky run hasn't done anything for me so far. Oh, dear. Rick Ray, you and I have similar taste. I was kind of hoping Zdarsky's run was going to be really good. Little known fact is that Scott Snyder pulled strings behind the scenes that essentially ended King's Batman way before his planned 100 issue run. I think I actually knew that, because I think wasn't Snyder kind of responsible for Jeff Johns leaving too, maybe? Peace and love to Scott Snyder. He's always been great to me at cons. Totally screwed up his plans. Oh, yeah. Winter Soldier totally counts as a Brubaker. Yeah. Holden Carver from Sleeper is a great Brubaker character. Now we're rolling. Never really. And the Immortal Weapons were also an awesome Brubaker creation, especially Fat Cobra. Nice. Okay. John George Peppers says, can you share where you heard that info about King's Run regarding the Snyder interference? Just curious to learn more. The Red Robin run of comics and the collected editions are sadly like gold dust. I hope we get an omnibus ASAP. Those Red Robin ones are hard to find. I don't know who Kagan McLeod is. If you like Downton, the creator wrote an adaptation of Romeo and Juliet starring Haley Steinfeld. Oh, Downton Abbey. It's all about Lady Violet. Oh, Lady Sybil was so good. Why did they off her so early? Did she have other movies to do or something? I was crushed when she was let go. Yeah, Lady Mary was my favorite. There it is, Lily James. Thank you, Hayden. That's who my favorite character was. Yeah, I really hope Tracy finds comics she loves too. I'm a little worried. Rick Ray recommended a book, Square Eyes. I'm only concerned because it sounded kind of out there for a first read for a non-comics reader. I think Tracy wants to get into comics. I know she would love to be back on this show. She had a blast. And I know you guys liked her too. I'm trying, and I think Persepolis might be a better book for me to introduce her to. And yes, I am aware that Persepolis is a city in Persia, in Iran. I clutched on it when we were talking, but see, now some people recommended Saga, and while I worship Saga, I'm just not thinking it's a great first book for Tracy to read. I think you sort of have to build up to Saga by kind of knowing how comic books work. That's just my opinion. You know, I wouldn't throw her into Batman or, you know, in the middle of Daredevil or something. And, a book like Gwenpool, while I think it's hilarious and one of my favorite books of all time, she wouldn't get that because she doesn't know what it's making fun of. So I'm going to try and think of some more books. She sounds like she wants to read Square Eyes, so that's fine with me. I'd be interested in her take on it, but I'm also going to look for some other books because it sounds like she wants to do a review show, and I think that would be great. John George, I heard it from someone who was tight with Tom King that Tom directly told it to. It is rock solid info. I have nothing to do with this. This is all on Cycle Cleveland. So peace and love to Scott Snyder. I have nothing to do with this rumor that he thinks is true. With an unstoppable bar. Boy, that would be, I'll tell you what. I tried to get Jimmy Palmiotti back when Taylor and I were in our interview peak, and his assistant threw up so many roadblocks for me. I would be after him month after month after month, and his assistant was just threw up so many roadblocks, I eventually gave up. It was always to promote a Kickstarter of his, which I was totally on board with because I get all Jimmy Palmiotti's Kickstarters. Oh, this Kickstarter's over with. Let's try and get you for when he starts a new Kickstarter. Oh, he hasn't announced his new Kickstarter yet. We're not ready. Oh, he's in the middle of the Kickstarter. F word. How hard are you going to make it for me? So I eventually gave up. I mean, frick. It's not Jimmy Palmiotti. It's his assistant. Here's Johnny. Did you go to sleep and you woke up and here I am again? Snyder maneuvering word specifically anti-king, but more to help his own plans, including getting Tiny Onion on the book. Okay, well, that's according to Cycle Cleveland. Marvel tie their book releases to their films, with the DC announcement is just what was still in circulation from earlier book releases, which is why they sold out. Okay, that's interesting. Planetary, Absolute, or Omni format. I have it in Omni format, but the art is pretty spectacular. I think it's 2 absolutes. Just make sure, because the earlier back in the day absolutes of Planetary did not contain all the issues that the Omnibus did. So I assume that's been fixed. It's more expensive to get 2 absolutes than 1 Omni. That's something to consider. I'm happy you want to get Planetary, Scotty G, because it's a great series and I love it. Just because of how expensive 2 absolutes are, I will go with Omnibus. You might still like Zdarsky's Batman or Ram V's tech runs, Jess. I think I'm in my current Batman fatigue phase. I totally get that. There's an awful lot of Batman out there. I get it. Kagan McLeod wrote drew Infinite Kung Fu. Oh, which is boss, and Zdarsky squandered his talents. I have Infinite Kung Fu in the other room. I think you commented on it one time, Cycle. Oh, okay. It has more page. What? The Absolute has more pages than the Omni? Tell me more. I highly recommend Gotham Central to you, K-Dog. Highly recommend it. Get it now. Well, yeah, get it now. Go right on your phone and order it now. From, hang on, whoops, Organic Price Books, where you can use my code Omnidog for $2 off. And this is where the big savings are. 5% off shipping 3 or more books together with Omnidog code Omnidog. Ship it together. So, yes, go order it right now. You will dig it. Okay. This is maybe Day Tripper for her. It's an interesting thought. I feel like going slow, not a bad thing. Even reading some comic strips to warm up wouldn't be so bad. Another vote for give her Day Tripper. The actress for Sybil only signed a 3-year contract and didn't want to renew it. Oh, well, so they had to kill her. Okay. Well, thanks, Hayden. What about Adventure Man as a good first read for Tracy? It's a fun book with great heroine. I haven't read that, but I have 2 books of it. I'll read it and see what... whoops. Sorry about that. I got my brand up. No, I've got my banner up still. Get off of there, you. Okay, comments. I feel like she needs to have a little more reading behind her for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, because, as was pointed out earlier in the chat, Supergirl is acting out of character, but she's gone to this Red Sun planet. I'm just going to give you the basic bones of the story. She's gone to a Red Sun planet because she's tired of being in Superman's shadow. She feels down on herself. She goes to the Red Sun planet to get drunk and sulk, and she swears. Is that out of character? Not for this book, and not for where the story takes you. It takes a miserable, self-pitying Supergirl and does something amazing with her all the way through the book. And so I think if it's being characterized as, so to speak, as out of character, it's for a purpose, and the end results are worth it. But my point is, Tracy would need to read some Supergirl to have Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow make the impact I think it could on her. It should on her. She likes Westerns. Pulp is a nice comic entryway. That's an interesting one. Oh, Lady Killer. You don't have to know anything about comics at all to know what a Boss Book Lady Killer is. That's a good suggestion, Mr. Tex. Wait, the pen of Omnidog is moving. We've got Pulp, which I like as a suggestion, and Lady Killer. Whoa, can't read my own writing here. Lady Killer, I bet she'd dig those. I think Tracy is cool AF. Yes, she is, and totally down for some good fun. Yes. A splash page of a trans woman alien hanging dong in the shower might be just... Are we talking about Saga? It sounds like it. A lot of women I know really like Shazam Monster Society of Evil by Jeff Smith. And here's Bone Jeff Smith for Tracy. That's a long book, and it's an excellent suggestion, but she said she likes short books, and that's a pretty epic adventure. Although maybe like the first 12 issues could hook her. That's an interesting suggestion. Yeah, well, it's too late for me, pal. I'll get the Kickstarter, but he's off. 4:50 in the morning here, and yes, I did. You did go to sleep and then wake up and watched again. So Tracy likes documentaries. Try Guy Delisle's travel books, Shenzhen, which I have, Pyongyang, which I have, Burma and Jerusalem. I think I just don't have Burma. Easy to read, highly entertaining and informative. Delisle is French-Canadian. Those might be good. I will put Delisle as the writer because I do have a bunch of his books. I don't like how Cheese stole my iconic avatar anytime he's on screen. I think it's my comment. Oh, is that the C? Going back to the topic. Fair. Going to have to decide if I'll upgrade Preacher to Absolute. I currently have the Omnis. I kept it in... I don't even think it got a deluxe. I kept it in the standard editions. Steve Dillon's art is shatteringly fantastic, so I can see why you'd want it in Absolute, and that's really a series I should have in Absolute too, because that artwork, you only want Absolutes for the artwork. Obviously, you love the story, but Absolutes are to not only bring you along with the story, but to showcase the art. So if you're a Steve Dillon fan, maybe the Absolute's for you. Okay, Planetary is now one Absolute and has more pages than the Omnibus. What the heck? What's it got? Super Laugh Hard, what's it got? Okay, where's Planetary? Right here. Okay. Which I've read multiple times. The entire series, collector and hardcover. Planetary 1 through 27, Planetary Batman, Planetary JLA, and Planetary Authority. What is this missing? I need to know because I'm salty about it. Oh, you heard the Planetary Absolute has a bit of a rough binding. Well, it sounds like your Planetary Absolute is the good one because Planetary, and this was way back in the day. This was like 2015 or 16, and it could have even been put out by Wildstorm DC, and it didn't even have the whole thing. If you have the one Planetary Absolute, that sounds like it is the one to have. I want to know what I'm missing. So Justin Cycle Cleveland, I just got original painting from Kagan McLeod yesterday. He's an amazing artist and has a new hobo comic that is fun. Wow, you got an original painting? Josh, he was doing paintings of musicians. I tried to get one of his jazz artist ones like 2 years ago on IG, but I was too slow. I got the Nude Life drawing a few weeks ago. Nude, you say, huh? Larry's Library, does your copy include the Batman crossover? I'm not 100% sure the original did. I think you're right. I don't think superheroes is the way to go for Tracy. Well, Joel, I think you're right. I love Astro City, but I think Astro City is best appreciated by someone that sort of has a grounding in superheroes. I love Astro City. I love it, love it, love it. But I feel like that might not be a good first book. Just because to really get how good it is, I feel like you need to have a little bit of a history with superheroes. I accept all opinions though, so okay, Super Lab Card. Books for Tracy. May's book, not a bad idea. Ms. Marvel, The Me You Love in the Dark, The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, and Blankets. I wonder if she'd like The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. Boy, I sure liked it, but I wonder if it's because I liked it because it kind of subverted comic tropes. But so did Day Tripper. Day Tripper and Layla Starr are two good ones. Blankets is a great one, but Blankets is thick. And don't screen cap this with me saying thick. The Me You Love in the Dark is very short, so that might be more up her alley. She says she's into crime. She's into documentaries. Ms. Marvel would be a great pick. That was my wife's first comic, and she adored it. I wonder if I loved Ms. Marvel, the Disney Plus show, and I loved the whole run I've read of G. Willow Wilson's. But I also wonder if well, now your wife loved it too, Rick. But I wonder if I appreciated it more because she was so different. And I'll think about that. Planetary Absolute is easily the largest of all the Absolute editions that I own. I think you have the new version, Larry. I don't know that she likes Star Wars. I love both Darth Vader's and Dr. Aphra. You're right, but I don't know that she likes. I'm not sure. I don't know if she's into Star Wars. Oh yeah, Essex County is a long but quick read, and Blankets is another great one. But Blankets is pretty thick. Derumo, you are trolling me hard today. I don't. I have a big, gigantic, glorious collection that I have like a complete edition. I do not see the need to upgrade Preacher since a wonderful person gifted me the whole series in singles. Do you get the letter pages in the absolutes? If not, you are missing out. That's a good point. John George, great point about it being helpful to have some context to feel the impact of Supergirl's art. Although I feel like King's storytelling is so strong that it can be a great entry into a character world. Not going to argue with you there that King's storytelling is so strong. It is amazing. She said she liked documentaries. Mabel, that The Fifth Beatle, the one that tells the story of Brian Epstein. I do have this book. It is in English, though. And that has its spine pointed in on my shelf. I do not need my wife seeing The Erotic Art of Wally Wood, because it goes there. Yeah, she does not need to discover that. Blankets, yeah. Suggests that's why I recommend Astro City for Tracy, because she has you to provide context. Perhaps, Days of Sand, moving tale inspired by real life stories of courage. And Remsco, I think you've been telling me to get Days of Sand. Is that a 2-part thing? Because I feel like just the first book has come out. Has the second book come out yet? I do want to read this. March, yeah. She never let on what fiction she likes, if any. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Would she like Klaus? Klaus is really boss, with that boss Dan Mora art, and Dan Mora is rapidly climbing my scale. I cannot wait till that Batman Superman Mark Waid Dan Mora book comes out in freaking standard hardcover, which I'm sure I'll buy, and I'm sure it'll come out in some deluxe form. But Klaus is a possibility. She knows Santa Claus, and that's an interesting story. That's a good suggestion there, Texie boy. The ideal pick would be a nonfiction comic that really displays the greatness of comics and gets her to dig deeper. That's why I was kind of thinking of the 2 Persepolis books. That's why, yeah. I have Fun Home and have loved it. And she has said that she wants to be reincarnated as a gay man, so she's totally cool with the LGBTQ thing, as am I. That's an interesting suggestion. It is a great book. Ultimate Spider-Man is very accessible for a new comic reader, and of course, it's charming. That is true. And she did know a little bit. She knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man, but she also thought MJ was evil based on her expression on the statue. I Love Mouse. It's a I don't know. That's a classic book. It's a very rough story, but it is history. I'll consider that. Yeah, The Fifth Beatle. Let me write that down. That was a good suggestion. Now that's been recommended twice, because I dug that book. Fifth Beatle. Okay, here we go. Okay. Planetary. Okay, okay. Includes Planetary 1 through 27. Yes. Planetary Batman, Night on Earth, Planetary The Authority, Planetary JLA. Oh, I'm missing the preview story from Gen 13 and a pinup from Wildstorm. That's all I'm missing. I think I'm okay. But if you want the complete picture, Scotty, get the Absolute. It's just one book, which is I was corrected by the chat. Fabulous art throughout. Amazing concepts. Mind-bendingly awesome concepts that are remarkable. It's one of my favorite books ever. So yeah, get the Absolute. It's probably as much as the Omni. Yeah, I agree. Get the absolute. You're getting the complete story there. Oh, I want to read this. Ducks. Yeah, I want to read that. He is a master. Peter. I can't, yeah, I can't have my wife see that book. Oh, yeah, Ducks is awesome. She might dig that. Okay, I need to read that. I wonder if that's on Hoopla. Ducks looks a little thick, but is a quick read. Okay, Days of Standalone is a graphic novel. It's great. You have been recommending this to me for a long time, Remsco. I am going to get it. Let me write it down for myself because I keep forgetting. Unless I bought it and it's in the other room, which is highly possible. Everyone must love Klaus. It's mandatory. Okay, now that's a troll. You know that I hate that book. I think Mouse and Ducks are strong contenders. Delilah Dirk as a series might be perfect. Historical fiction, swashbuckling with a female lead. I want to read that. Delilah Dirk? I don't know that one. Wait a minute. Delilah Dirk. Okay, thank you. Now that Taylor is gone, what are you upgrading? Okay, well, I am upgrading Savage Avengers. I am upgrading, what was the other book? Well, I already talked about that one. I'm really on the fence about Kelly Thompson's Captain Marvel because I really want to support Kelly Thompson. So there's a solid, Black Cat. I'm definitely upgrading Black Cat. I promised Geo the books, which I have no problem with. I'm definitely upgrading. I really want to support Kelly Thompson. So I have a feeling I'm going to upgrade that. But I'm not necessarily in the know on what's coming out. Like, if it's an oversized hardcover, I'm not going to upgrade. Like all my Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man, stuff like that, Runaways, Immortal Hulk, Deadpools, Fantastic Four. No, I'm not going to upgrade any of those, like the Mark Waid one, which I think is out of print anyway. So I'm not going to upgrade those. Let's see. What else is coming out? I did. Darkwave is with me. I stand with Persepolis. I don't think. Yeah, I did gift her the statue, but that's because I've been calling her Supergirl. So it's more of an inside joke. She does like Wonder Woman because she watched Wonder Woman growing up like I did. I wonder if she'd like a Wonder Woman book. Like I could give her Wonder Woman the Hikatea because I have an extra copy of that. And that's one of my favorite Wonder Womans by Greg Rucka. My Fun Home and You, My Mom is a really good suggestion. Okay. The Death of Stalin. That's a great book, but I don't know. Maybe it would be a good book for her to read. It is a fantastic book. Yeah, she did. I think those are too thick for her. She wants thin reads to get into it. What about Red Rockin' 7? I still wish I had that CD. It was in my old car that I sold. Mouse is great, but something like the Fifth Beatle or Persepolis might be best if you want her to come back on the show and talk about it. Yeah. Ooh, Chivalry. That was one of my top books last year. If I ever do my top 25 of what... that's a really good suggestion. Chivalry is a really good book. You write that down. Thank you, everybody. You're helping a lot. Chivalry. Nice. Garth Sarah might work for Tracy if she's into historically based war stories. I'm not sure she is, but it does have a strong female lead. I think things like Perez Wonder Woman are wonderful examples of what Tracy might think comics are already, and she hasn't read them, which is why I think even great superheroes comics are a bad choice. Yeah, I feel like we need to work her into superheroes. Oh, well, I'm glad. Thanks. Oh, warning, though. Ducks is a pretty big downer. Fabulous concept. Shows 3 people chatting. Okay, wait a sec. I'll show you the spaceship that goes through time as you go deeper into it. Just a sec. Wait a minute. Okay. Hang on. Yeah. Wait. The day the earth turns slower. Well, there is. Okay, well, here's giant ants. That's cool. More giant ants. Look. Ravenous lightning bolt headed. Look at that guy. I need to read this again and again and again. Oh, sorry. Days of Sand is brilliant. Great pick. Completely wholesome with amazing Colleen Doran artwork. I think, and I love Colleen Doran. I think that's her best artwork ever. And she throws out a lot of great artwork. Throwing out, yeah, Vision, I still think to get Vision, you need to have at least a little bit of Vision knowledge ahead of time. First of all, I'm not going to do Pride of Baghdad. We 3, Joe the Barbarian might be an interesting read for her. Joe the Barbarian might be good. Just read Adventure Man. It's with Terry Dodson. I know. That's why I got it. Matt Fraction. Terry Dodson. Yes. Yeah, Outlaw Southpaw. 100%. Black Cat Omnibus is going to be awesome. I am insane, but there are books I upgrade but keep my originals, like Usagi Yojimbo and Berserk. I don't think you're insane at all. It's your collection, and you do what makes you happy. I don't care if you have 10 different copies of Watchmen and there are 10 different versions out there. If that's your thing, you're not insane. It's your collection. Wonder Woman Year One. Yeah, that was a great one with Nicola Scott. 100%. Yep, there's Wonder Woman Year One. Oh, wait. Yeah, Rucka. I don't know if I am or not. This is a good question because my friend Freddie had me get all the I have the hardcover for Spider-Verse, and he had me get all the Spider-Geddon books and the Web Warriors books. Those are all thin trades. So I have all the material, but it's like this is where I get into upgrade fever when I've got a giant OHC and then a bunch of little trades. I get the story, but I'd rather have it all in one book. So the answer is perhaps, a strong perhaps on this end, man. I think chances are that I may just sell Spider-Verse and all those trades that I already bought 8 months ago. But I think that I probably am going to upgrade. Dead Earth is a great book, but I think you need to have a little superhero knowledge in it. Ooh, Velvet. Ooh, what about Fade Out? I gave Fade Out to my sister to read, and she dug it. She's not a comic book reader, But I wonder if Fade Out's still available. The Velvet is really good. She is such a great spy. That's an interesting choice, Marcelo. On the subject of upgrades and Superman, I'm looking forward to Superman for All Seasons Absolute. That's supposed to be coming out this year. Yes. And wait, what? There's a Superman. What Superman book is getting a deluxe? Camelot Falls. I have it in trades, but I may. No. Peace and Love, no. I'm staying with the trades, not upgrading to deluxe. Yeah, once she is well hooked on comics, we can sneak great superhero stuff in. Exactly my thought cycle. We will have an in for superhero stuff and the really smart superhero stuff, like Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, once we get her hooked. Right. Exactly right. Slots by Dan Pinot. Okay, Slots. Thank you, Josh the Spy. I appreciate that. Lucille by Ludovic is a thick book, but an easy read. Published in. What about what was that book that I loved so much a couple years ago? The girl that goes the woman. Okay, wait. Does the young girl go forward in time or does the adult go back in time? I think it's a French book. What's it called? I'll think of it. About a girl who ran away from home and makes bad decisions. I like that. Hey, here's Craig. What up? Just wanted to say hi to everyone. Have a great rest of the stream. Quite late here, but wanted to pop in. Thank you, Craig. A year from now, she'll be giving us, an in-depth analysis of Final Crisis. This is the goal. This is the goal. Also, Tracy seems like a really fun person. We suggest something really fun. She is a blast. She's high energy, always on. I've never met anybody quite like her, except my own wife, who's high energy, always on too. But yeah, something really fun would be good for her. Louisa, that's the book. Louisa. That was a really good book about a time traveling girl who experiences her older self, or an older girl who experiences her younger self. I can't remember, but I think it's French, and it was translated into English. Am I right, Louisa? Outlaw, this has been complicated by my wife's volunteering at the retirement home, because I have got to curate my list so that it is clearly Jess and clearly Patty, because we share the same Spotify. Mine's all like ambient and punk, and then hers, which is fine, is all like musicals and Frank Sinatra. That's fine, but that's not what I listen to. So I need to curate. Somehow I need to go in there and separate the two of us on Spotify so that I can put out a playlist. Because right now, if I publish it, you're going to get a mishmash of great soundtracks like West Side Story, but also Fugazi. So it's not workable right now. There's so much pressure on giving someone their first comic, because this could be the thing that makes them think they were right in not reading them, or it could convert them. You're 100% right. Brought to Light by, I'm not giving her anything by Alan Moore. Can we all agree that Tracy should never read any of the following books? Spider-Man, Bloodline, and Batman Year 2. Yes, we agree on that, James. I forgot to tell her why Henry Abrams... Sorry, I just doubled the size of my screen there accidentally. You could lend Tracy one of the books that I sent you, one that you haven't read, and see if she likes it and convince you to read it. That's interesting. Those are in the other room, still in a stack, because the other room is going to contain all my Independents and DC hardcovers. I did file the Daredevil that you so kindly sent me, Sonny, but that's an interesting suggestion. Scurry's an interesting choice because it just came out in an all-in-one trade, and Scurry's boss. They called us enemy. I love it, but I think Cycle Cleveland's right. We need to give her a fun book. Something like Keeping Two would be great for first-time comic reader, but I don't know if it's for Tracy. We've really got to make it fun. How about something funny? Something funny, something laugh out loud funny. Something funny. I've upgraded a lot, but still kept my floppy series I love, like Animal Man, Transmet. Yeah, Transmet I'm not recommending to her. I love it though. Love and Rockets, etc. Maybe one day I'll sell, but I still love pulling single issues out of my boxes. I think that's awesome. I don't have the room for it anymore. I have a freaking storage locker full of my floppies, and it's costing me money every month. That is March's project, to go in there and clear out, peace and love, all my floppies. I cannot have any more floppies in my life. Oh, yeah, Superman Birthright, one of my all-time favorite books. Daruma, I'm not even, yeah, I picked up on it. I'm not even going to highlight you, Darumo, because you're just, what's with you? You're trolling me like I'm not going to recommend Upgrade Soul to her. I'm getting the Camelot Falls Deluxe. Good. Superman Post-Crisis through Flashpoint collected editions are few and far between, so I will get that. Good. Oh, I have a lot of these already, Josh. Thank you. Yeah, they are awesome. I do have a lot of Duck books. I think they're a mix of Carl Barks and Don Rosa. That's an interesting choice. Paper Girls. I don't know that she's into science fiction. The more I get to know her, the more I will find out what she's into. I honestly don't know how much media she consumes, because if she's not doing real estate, she's doing stuff with her kids and her family. I mean, it's so I don't know how much downtime she actually has. The more I get to know her, the more I'll try to find out what kind of genres she likes. I love Paper Girls. It's one of my favorite books, but I wonder if it's a little too sci-fi for her. Maybe give Tracy a choice of like 5 books and go from there. That way you're helping, but giving her final say. I like that idea because I probably already have the 5 books and we could look at them. And she seems determined to read Square Eyes that Rick recommended and Persepolis that I recommended. So we'll go from there. And if she likes those 2 or is even interested in reading more books afterwards, I like this idea of giving her 5 to choose from. Oh, Sasmurf, good. He's got a lot of great songs. That's just one of them. Sid Vicious's version of I Did It My Way Did It My Way is the best, but Sinatra's is close. Is the Nova Omnibus coming out worth the read? I believe that's the unfortunately named Richard Rider Nova. I am not familiar with him. Except for, I think he was in the War of Kings. Was he in the War of Kings? Was he the Nova in War of Kings? He was actually a pretty interesting character in War of Kings, because I think the Nova Corps had been destroyed and he had all the information on that little traveling thingy. I don't know. I'll leave it to the chat to tell you about Nova. I'm not that familiar with Nova. I do know Richard Rider is a very unusual name. Scurry was awesome. That should be the next book club. You got it, Rick Ray. Remember, book clubs tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Central Time. I always say that because Larry's on Central Time, Eastern Standard Time. Oh, yeah, I have Ballad of Halo Jones. I actually have everything Alan Moore's ever written, I think, except for that book you just suggested, Lars. I just don't know Alan Moore stuff that I could recommend to Tracy. But I have Ballad of Halo Jones, and I fully intend to read it. Fun Girls Laugh Out Loud Funny, but very dirty. She's the one that liked being called a MILF. She was called a MILF in the chat, and she liked it. I was like, oh, I'm going to skip this comment. And she's like, wait. What was that comment? So maybe she's dirty. I don't know. No, I don't think Preacher would work. It has never offended or failed to deliver, and I'd lent it to many. Oh, Lumberjanes are Giant Days from Omnicat. That's an interesting suggestion. Lumberjanes is boss, and so's Giant Days. Yeah, Omnicat. Oh, what about those other Omnicat recommendations? The Tea Dragon Society. Those were lovely books. I wonder if she'd dig those, the Tea Dragon Society books. I'm going to text Kristen and see if she thinks those would be good first books. Because I love those books. Oh, are you sure, Tarumo? Because I feel like you've been sort of jamming me up today. But okay, that's fine. If you're not, good. I'm glad we're okay. Lock and Key is fun and creepy, and I think it's another good choice. The only issue is it's long. Yeah, but it only takes a little to hook anyone. It's that great. You're not wrong. Scotty G, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate it. Here's somebody that knows. Larry. Mike F., if you like Bronze Age Marvel, then the new Nova Omni is a big yes. I love that stuff. Okay. Oh, if you're going to listen to it, you need to watch it on YouTube because he did an amazing video on it that was shocking at the time. And now it's unfortunately kind of too real. But at the time when it came out back in, I don't know, 1982 or whenever it came out, the video is amazing. Yes, Richard Rider was in War of Kings. If you like Bronze Age Marvel, it's a good read. Okay, there you go. The more you mention punk, the more I think you need to check out Idols. Any album will do. I feel like you've recommended that to me before. Oh, how about the Oz Omnibus? I think the Omnibus is pretty pricey now, but there are also 3 CCs. That seems like a safe choice. The only thing is I have Oz. Oh, it's over there. It's kind of thick, and it's an omnibus. She wants something thinner that she can burn through. I don't feel like she has much free time. She's always on the go. She is a very successful realtor, and then it's her family. I think that's kind of her life. So I do like the suggestion of Oz because, yeah, that's a known universe. Sex criminals. I think I'm going to have to work her up into Harleen. I did explain, yeah, she was curious about the character. I think that for her to dig Harley, we might need to work her up to Harleen, although that does give a good explanation of how Harleen falls for the Joker. That's a good suggestion, Crazed. Fun Girls go, oh, well, I don't think that. Oh, yeah, that's another great Kristen recommendation, On a Sunbeam. Yeah, that was a funny moment, Sonny. It was definitely a funny moment. I I haven't read this. I own it, but I still haven't read it yet. So I don't know. Swamp Thing. I wonder if she could get into Swamp Thing. Oh, you're agreeing with Swamp Thing. Who called her that? Somebody called. I don't remember. Volume 2 of Claremont's X-Men. I can't remember. She laughed out loud at that and really liked that comment, which cracked me up. No, I think Tea Dragon Society is a gentle, wonderful, warm. That was one of my favorite books of like 2021, that series. I don't think it's too childish. I think it's a really gentle fable on following your dreams. I've shared the Tea Dragon books around at work thanks to you and Omnicat. How did that go with your sharing them at work? What about understanding comics for Tracy? That's not a bad idea. My niece read that back in college and liked it. That might be a good primer. Yes, Jess should listen to the song The Heavyland Ballroom by Idols. Okay, wait. I'm writing Idols down. Idols, the band, punk. Okay. I don't know what Behivland Ballroom, something ballroom, I'll put. Ballroom. I also would recommend Understanding Comics. Can't go wrong with Criminal or any Brubaker. Hey, Death Rattle. Brubaker crime book. Now, Larry did recommend Pulp earlier, and I wrote that down. I think Pulp might be an interesting one. Oh, yeah. We spent 40 minutes on figuring out books for Tracy. She will totally dig it. Metal Pig Fables is great, but it's an entire series, and she just wants a small one-and-done book like Persepolis. I don't know if I can recommend Mouse because we're trying to keep it fun. Although I'm the first to say how brilliant Mouse is. I think Fables might be too long. Fables is for when we really get her into comics and she says, I want to read something longer. That's when we hook her into Fables. I feel like Understanding Comics is a bit weird for a first read, like maybe at least one comic before reading Understanding Comics. I kind of agree with that. If you find out she's good with sci-fi, then Sentient would be great for Tracy and the perfect quicker read. Sentient's awesome. That is a good suggestion. I gotta agree, Rick Ray. Never been able to totally get through with it. And I'm gonna, oh, you're being 100% sarcastic. I personally have never been able to get through Understanding Comics myself. And I was too timid to say it until the chat said it. So thank you. The first Tilly Walden book about the two girlfriends is short and absolutely wonderful. Do you think Sin City would be too much? What's the name of the first Tilly Walden book? And the two girlfriends? I think, let's see. I have On a Sunbeam, the skating book. The one where they go on the road that flips out. Is that the one? Oh, yeah, she doesn't like crime. Oh, okay, thanks. Idle song to check out. Oh, Beachland Ballroom. Thank you. Yeah, she doesn't like crime. He sent me Beachland Ballroom. Would iZombie? Yeah, I think that's too big. It is fun. That book is really fun. I think that might be something we should shoot for a year from now if we can get her into reading comics. He sent me Grounds and War. Did you email it to me? Let me check my email. Oh, you sent it to my real mail. Okay. Yeah, Sunny has my real email address. Okay, thanks, Sunny. We're killing poor Josh. Okay, I will listen to it too. I think my wife might be getting ready to go to bed, and I should probably too. Five, peace and love, 5-minute warning. You guys are all great to stick with me. Oh, I killed giants. That's an interesting one. And Day Tripper has been mentioned like 5 different times. I have the deluxe that I can loan her. Yeah, that might be a good book. Let me make sure. I also think she'd dig Lady Killer, because that's not really crime as much as it is kind of a crime book, because she is a lady killer. My last suggestion, Royal City. And the Walden book is about these 2 girlfriends that should end up as a couple, but did not. That's not coming to me. Royal City's great, though. I Killed Giants, Frog Catcher, and Underwater Welder. I could go through the Jeff Lemire books. May's book was earlier suggested, and boy, is that a killer great book. Okay. I did. I just gave my 5-minute warning so I can go listen to the Idols. It was too much for me, Sasverv. Just start doing reaction videos. Like, I listen to the song and I give my reaction. I'm not familiar with reaction videos. I just learned this week what love bombing was. So I didn't even know that was a Twitter thing. Love bombing. What the hell? Put me down for Lady Killer. I loved it. With the fade out, a story about the comic industry, give her an idea about the comic industry. That's a story about the movie industry, give her an idea about the comic industry. I mentioned the fade out because I sent it to my sister and she doesn't read comics and she dug it. I thought fade out was fascinating because I was really into that growing up, into that period of time, the Red Scare and Hollywood. Go with Batman Paul Dini because it has the broker, the real estate agent for supervillains. Something for her to relate to. Oh, you meant Bad Weekend. Oh, it's about the comics industry, right? As much as I love My Heroes Are Junkies, I've always been junkies. I don't think I'm going to recommend that to her. Bad Weekend's a good book. Yeah. I agree. I could give her, what was that book? Christmas Present for Shacktown. That's always, even though it's my favorite duck story, I can't remember the name of it. Something Shacktown. I'm the captain now, English. What about Gru by Sergio Aragones? I want more of those. I agree with that. I don't even want to get into it. It is ridiculous. I was just introduced to it this week by Gio. It's some Twitter thing. Look it up, Google it. It's ridiculous. People are getting canceled for it, I guess. I don't want to have anything to do with it because I'm not on Twitter. So, but it's a thing. Also, Carl Barks inspired Indiana Jones. I did think about, thank you, Dance Along the Edge, for tuning in. Joe the Barbarian is thin enough and good enough. Bone, maybe if I can find one of the trade paperbacks or something, I can give it to her. Strangers in Paradise is way too long because she wants something thin she can get into. I feel like she only has like 15 minutes of downtime a day. Oh, I loved Camelot Falls. I am a proponent of getting this book. But Joe the Barbarian is a good choice. Did I write that down? I don't think I did. Joe the Barbarian. Now, I wonder if that's still in print. Probably is in some format. I wonder if she'd understand it like we all did. She's very, very intelligent. She's very smart. But I wonder if you have to be comic book smart to get Joe the Barbarian. Maybe not. I don't know. Not according to what I heard. Maybe it has something to do with that. There's so much going on that I learn and I don't want any part of. I'm just trying to be on the air and talk to you guys and talk about comic books. You're going to have to Google it. Yeah. Okay. Here's what I heard. And maybe it's different. Maybe this is the toxic relationship thing. It was explained to me that on Twitter, love bombing, and this is just what I heard, I have no idea if it's right, is lathering somebody up with lots of praise and love, and they fall for it, and then you go in for the kill and tell them what a piece of crap they are and rip them apart. That sounds like it does sound like this cycle of abuse. So maybe that is what it is. Oh, for better or for worse, I have all 6 volumes of it. I could give her the comic strip to start with. Okay. What? Yeah, it is awful. Hey, can someone... do we have a mod in the chat, or do I need to take care of this one? I will take care of this one if I have to. That's fine. Yep. Up. Boom. Thank you, mod. Whoever you were, maybe it was James. Thank you. Appreciate it. You got rid of them. Yeah, it may be a toxic relationship type of thing. But I don't know who these people are that have so much time. Oh, that's like the new Twitter version of love bombing. Although people are the worst. Who are these people? Who are these people that have the time to devote to do something like that? Aren't there 100,000 other things to do that are fun in life and not go on Twitter and be a jerk? I don't get it. I don't get it. I did keep, even though I have the complete Calvin and Hobbes, I do have a bunch of my trades from Calvin and Hobbes. I wonder if she's already read it. I'll find out. Okay, Super Laugh Hard and Moni, that's are you trolling, buddy? Come on. There are people that hate themselves and where they are in life and focus on hurting others rather than improve their situation. It is sad and unfortunate. But that's nobody in this chat and nobody sitting right here. We love comics, we love life, and we love talking to each other. It's all peace and love here. We do not do any love bombing or whatever the hell. I am loving the new 3-hour Omnidog shows. Holy crap, this is almost 3 hours. Oh my God, I was so exhausted before this. How did I get so hyped up? Apparently, I don't have to go. I'm going 3 hours. Rising Phoenix just challenged me to it. Okay, fine. 10-minute warning. I'll go 3 hours. Just make sure you go to Organic Price Books with the code Omnidog and 5% off shipping 3 or more books together. Omnidog, ship it together. Yeah, what the hell? If there are people in the chat, yeah, something under the bed is drooling. That is a great one. Sasmurf, I'll stay 10 minutes. If there are still people in the chat that want to talk, I'll do another 3-hour one. This is the best way I could possibly spend my time talking to people about comic books. Yeah, well, thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. That's nice of you. I appreciate it. This actually is the best thing for me. It's good therapy for me to talk to people who love comics. People have brought that up, but I don't know what I would offer. I mean, say I have a Patreon where it's like $5 a month and I get 25 people. What would I tell them that I'm not already telling them here? I mean, I already had a MILF on in the afternoon. MILFs in the afternoon on Omnidog's Vault. That sounds like a good name for our show. MILFs in the afternoon. So it's a nice thought, but I think I give it all here. I mean, I tell you everything about my life and everything I want to read. So I kind of feel bad charging people, Razor. Somebody brought up, I think Jake Spencer always brings up the idea of a t-shirt that has like the little Omnidogs, this logo here, Omnidog on front. If I had a t-shirt that maybe people could buy, but I wouldn't want any of the money from that. I'd want it so that if you bought the t-shirt, it says Omnidog and maybe on the back, Omnidog's Vault. I'd want all the money that doesn't pay for the t-shirt, the rest of that money to go to like comic books for kids, which is a great charity. And I haven't been able to figure out how to do that. I'd rather do a t-shirt that would benefit a charity. So I'm going to continue to think about that. But thank you, Razor. I appreciate the people in the UK are still staying up. 3 hours works for me. I was able to catch up on some much needed sleep the first 2 hours, then catch up with everyone with a nice hot cup of coffee when well rested again. Nice. New root beer reviews exclusive to Patreon. Bring back the baths. Oh, where I destroy books I hate? Huh. That's an interesting idea, Razor. Just watched Invincible and Prime. Loved it. Are the comics as good, and what format is best to collect? Interesting, because I've read it. I have all 12 Invincibles, and I've read the first 3 volumes 5 times, and it's awesome. And I've heard it gets even awesomer, more awesomer. I know I'm mangling the English language. I hear it gets even better as it goes along, and I just haven't been able to break through and continue reading it. From what I hear, the books, while the animated show is great, the books are fantastic. And I think there's a new format coming out, the Invincible hardcover compendiums, which I think are being featured on organic priced books right now. I think you can pre-order them. Based on what everybody's told me, I know 1 through 3 are great, but based on what everybody's told me, the entire series is fantastic, has a cast full of amazing characters. So I would say, yeah, you need to get the book. And the best format, if the deluxes 1 through 12 are still available, that'd be good because they're oversized. The compendiums may be more affordable. So think about the compendiums. Remember that Batman list I sent you, Jess? Yes, I'd love to do a video with you about that. I have all the comics now. That was that in one of your emails that you sent me to my real email address? Because I don't think I printed it out. Why are we going to buy the milk when Jess is already giving us the cow for free, right? Patreon idea, bad adult videos review. Bad adult videos review. Tracy also seemed like someone to never underestimate. Oh no. Oh no. I saw Tracy go full Tracy when she was selling our house. She is sharp as a tack. She is an extremely smart businesswoman. Yeah, no, I would never underestimate. You underestimate Tracy at your own peril. Pride of Baghdad, Metal Pig. I don't even know if I could I could read that story again. I mean, that was a tough one for me to read. Yes, review the stuff in the Omar box on the Milo Manera stuff, Crossed, the Wallace Wood erotic comics. Those all should be in there. There's comics based on the songs of the Residents. I have a ton of Resident stuff. One story was Harold the Head by Brian Boland. Interesting. I haven't listened to it yet. I got it from, what year is this? I think Record Store Day 2021. It was a Residents album I didn't have, and I just haven't gotten it to it yet. And I don't have my new turntable yet, but I will listen to it. I would love a t-shirt with a drawing of Omnidog and Harley Quinn. That sounds like a job for Matthew Mangi, our resident fantastic illustrator. You could also show off your adult books, the ones you can't show Emily's mom. Well, that's true. Neonomicon by Alan Moore and Jason Burrows. Oh, that's when you think I should bathe in root beer. Oh, here's Roberto. What up, Roberto? Invincible equals amazing. Roberto knows. I think they are also reprinting at least volume 1 and adding a volume 4. Oh, I didn't know there were library editions of Invincible. I've only got the deluxes. So you've got a lot of choices there for Invincible. I have not heard Rosetta Stone. What type of music is it? Are we talking goth, shoegaze, punk? My favorite, while I love punk, peace and love, my favorite is shoegaze. Idols to play us out. Okay, wait. Let me open my email and see if Sunny's email's in there. Sunny. Okay, Beach Room, Ballland. Okay. Do I have my headphones here? See, I can't play it live on air, and I don't have my headphones here. Okay, why don't we do this? This looks really good. Yeah, Sunny has sent me a bunch of stuff, and I could play it. But I don't have my headphones. I'd have to run upstairs and get my headphones, and it's getting kind of late. Shoot, I just took my headphones up. Let's do a live react to, I won't listen to Idols yet. No, I don't have my, no, I don't have my headphones. Pull up your email on your phone and play it. But I can't, I'd have to turn the sound off, because if I play Idols on this, I'll get demonetized. Okay, wait. Here's Beach Room Ballland. Wait a sec.
Research shows nostalgia can help you remember ads. Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Okay, here's what I'll do. Okay, wait. Okay, so I've got Beachland Ballroom up. I will listen to it, but I'm going to have to mute my microphone because otherwise I'll get nailed by YouTube. I will listen to it starting now. Peace and love. 1 second. Okay, I love it. I'm only halfway through, but I can't leave this dead air. I love it. But I also want to listen to a little bit more. Well, this is how far I am in it if you want to sync with it. I'm a minute 17 into it. Okay, wait. I'll listen to another minute because I don't want to have dead air here. Not everybody's into it. So just sec. Oh, just sec, Reaper. I will answer your question in 1 sec. Oh, next time put the link in the chat and then we can all listen on our own. James, can you find the Idols Beachland Ballroom from the basement? Leave the dead air on. It was awesome. Hey, here's Han DeLorean. How's it going? Gonna watch the replay of Omnidog Vault and Baturdays. Love it. Way to go. Wait, I want to answer this question. What do you reckon, Jess? Upgrade to GLC Omnibus 1 or 2 or keep my all trades? The omnibuses are 180 each in Australia. I think my opinion is the GLC Omnis are not going to be complete. They're not going to have the Ion story or the full Green Lantern, like 1 through 7. They leave out issues 4 through 6. And I think there's a couple of other things missing because they're concentrating on the Tomasi and Gleason stuff. So if I were you, I would keep the trades to have the full run. That's what I have in my custom bound books. I have the full run of Green Lantern Corps. So you should keep the trades. For somebody new who just wants Green Lantern Corps, it's a great series, should be read with John's Green Lantern. I think it's fine. But for somebody that's already knows the complete story, I think you should hold off. Oh, James isn't sure which one. Just paused at 117. James, it's Beachland Ballroom Idols from the basement. Up, here's James Abel. There's the link. Okay, wait. We'll all listen to it together. Okay, so go to the link, and I think I must be doing a 4-hour show now. I'm in Australia too. Had to give up on Omnis. Omnis over here ridiculously overpriced. Yeah, exactly. Better reading that way with Red Lantern, Sinestro. Yeah, I agree. Should start from the start. All right. Okay, hang on. I'm starting from the start. And is everybody ready? Oh, you just saw Devil's Dandruff Bear. Crazy. Caught a bit of your real terrier. She was really cool. She is really cool. Okay, I'm at the beginning. Thank you, Lars. Okay, is everybody ready? I'm going to mute mine, and we're listening to Beachland Ballroom, Idols from the Basement, from the beginning. Radical. That was awesome. Uh-oh, wait, it's gonna, no. Don't play music. That was so awesome. They have a cello in there. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I sure did. That was awesome. And Larry loved it too. I dig that. I dig that. And I'm sorry you just tuned in, Alb 0811. We were listening live. I couldn't put it on the air, but we were listening live to Idols, not the Idols, just Idols. What a great way to end the show. I want to listen to these guys in with super good headphones and just blaze it. That is going to be how I go to sleep tonight, blazing Idols into my headphones from my phone. What a great recommendation from Cycle Cleveland and Super Laugh Hard. Wow. I hope anybody that was in tune with us, Larry was listening to it. Who else was listening to it? I think, let's see, it looks like Jean-Georges was listening to it. And, first, Josh spied on it for Omar. Yeah, okay. You can take that idea to Omar. I watched your video with Tracy. It was lovely. All the compliments you received, well deserved. Love you, Reap. Thank you so much, Cobber. Peace and love to you. Tracy was brilliant and beautiful. She's so great. Fun thing to add to the show. It was a bit odd, though. It was a bit odd as I thought it was an issue with my headphones being silent. Cheers for the stream. Yeah, we were listening to we were listening to Idols. Sasmurf appreciated it. That's cool. Did Super Laugh Hard and I somehow both independently wreck this today? What are the odds? You did. You really did. Now wait. What did Razor Ramen say? Razor Ramen, I love cursive so much also. I've been trying to get Jess into them for a while now. Now I am. As I said in the beginning, my keyboard's totally drunk and out of its mind. I have to prove that it's not just great minds that think alike. I love to prove. No, it is great minds that think alike. You and Sonny are quite great. Yes. That was awesome. And I can't wait to listen to the rest of these songs. Thank you. What a blessing you guys are to turn me on to that great band. Result. They get a 10 out of 10 from me. I'd hit the golden buzzer to send them straight through to the next show. It was awesome. So thank you. It is now 11:15 here. I know it's later in the UK and where Lars is. So I appreciate all of you so much. This was a way fun way to end the show. Thank you so much for watching. Go to organicpricebooks.com. Listen to Idols, my new favorite band. I'm waiting for more. Psycho Cleveland's asking Super Laugh Hard. Super Laugh Hard sent me. Let's see what the other one was. Okay, come here. He sent me Cleveland's pick. He sent me Grounds. This one first. Oh, and War. It would be a live version of Colossus. Okay, I'll look for that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I really have to get to bed where I can listen to Idols at top volume while I send my wife to the other room because my music's too loud in my headphones. So peace and love, peace and love. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Crazed, for being here. This was great. Okay. Yes, we're trying to get her on the show often. Yes, she wants to come back. She loves being on the air. She's very photogenic. She looks good on camera. She's super smart and funny. Perfect host. Long time lurker. Good. I'm glad you joined the chat. Okay, that's the way we'll end the next stream. We'll listen to Cursive because I don't know them. I'll wait for that. Oh, wait, we'll end the next stream that way. What a great way to end the show. You guys are all so great. You make me feel so good. I hope you enjoyed the show. I love all the recommendations I give and all the recommendations you give me. And we're going to get Tracy hooked on comics. Right? Right. So thank you so much. Peace and love. Peace and love. And I will play us out with the Baturdays theme song by Redcoat Turncoat and animated by the fabulous Geo. Here it is. Peace and love. Thank you all so much. You make my life much better. I really appreciate you all. Thank you. Peace and love.
Baturdays, Baturdays, Baturdays. Omnidog in the miniature of comics. Talk forever, get right your ergonomics. Taking questions from the chat. With a name like that, you think they talk more about the